Good afternoon. I am Joe Hunk, and the Jacksonville Jaguars continue to spend money. They have just signed defensive end Arden Key to a one-year deal with the Jags. Why is this a big deal for them? Well, if you may remember last year, the Jags pass rush wasn't that good. And Key actually had his best year when it comes to sacks, with having 6.5 for the San Francisco 49ers. Yesterday, during the NFL annual meetings, the Lions GM, Brad Holmes, met with the media and said that they are interested in potentially trading the second overall pick in this year's NFL draft, and that they have already begun seeding calls. And the Grizz are back on the court tonight as they are in San Antonio to take on the Spurs. Tip-off is going to be at 7:30. Game's going to be on Bally Sports South. The Spurs currently hold the tiebreaker over the LA Lakers for that number 10 seed and the play-in game in the Western Conference. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome in, 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Wednesday edition. Brent Doherty with you. These storms are coming. We will keep you updated. We got a storm in studio, too. We'll get to that in just a second.
The storm is here.
Better know it.
And
It's in the building. Yeah.
There's Ron Slade. You want to go ahead and do that part of it?
Gonna get that out the way.
Get
that out the way.
Better be ready. I'm in the building. Car ain't got no roof.
It really ain't got no roof today.
Not today.
About to have no room.
Take the roof off this thing.
I figured it out. That's literally the only time I say Ron is when I introduce you at the beginning of the show.
And that's cool. That's all right. That's all right.
Just slay.
Yeah, there you go.
There's Don Davenport. Hey, Don. How are you?
Hi. I don't have a cool intro, by the way. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Yes,
there it is.
I
Yeah,
do.
there you go.
We're working on it. She's rocking out.
We're working the kinks out of it.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
give a damn about my reputation.
Yeah.
This guy likes my intro music.
Charles Oakley in studio. Big Oak, what's up,
Yeah.
man? How are you?
Oh, man, glad to be back down here in Nashville.
Yeah.
We're glad to have you back.
Most definitely.
Thank you.
So for those that don't know, you come into town often. Like you were here a couple years ago, and you will be at Room in the Inn tomorrow, and you'll be cooking up breakfast. You'll be cooking up a barbecue lunch for people less fortunate. Why is that important to you? How'd you get involved in that?
I've been giving back since even before I even got to the league, but once I got to the league, I was able to do more. But growing up around my family, my grandparents, my mom, and everybody, when they cook enough for 40 or 50 people. So we've always been giving back. And in school, when I went to Virginia Union, it was like a family environment. And I really loved it down there because everybody was like together. Always like, well, got what you need, this and that. But now, just just to love and just seeing happy, people happy, and when you give them something, a meal. I remember last time I was here, we interviewed some people, about we here to make you happy. I know some people don't get a good meal, and they were so happy that we just came, just sit down and talk to them, not just dropping it off and leaving.
Yeah.
Well, not just sit down and talk to him. Like, you cook it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you like prep it, you cook it, you do all of it. Like, you want to talk about hands-on.
Right, like washing the car. I put the soap in it, water in it. I wash the car, dry it off, put Armor on the top. Yes, that's me in the kitchen. But yes, I like doing that. It's like it just brings out of me more and make me want to do more because, and then at the end, I know that once I put my hand on something, it's gonna be good. Because I tell everybody, I don't cook something that I don't eat. So when I cook this, I'm gonna eat it too. I sit down and eat with them.
So what's for breakfast?
Breakfast tomorrow, we having French toast, potatoes, eggs, turkey bacon, sausages,
Look at Slim.
juice, milk. Yeah, we just gonna do it up.
I might have to slide for breakfast, too.
Yes, come on, yeah.
I'm back door for lunch, too.
I have an idea.
What?
You can go prep with him.
Oh.
He can teach you how to cook, and you can bring those skills back to
Now,
3
but guess what, though? But Oak don't know. I got a world-famous pancake. I got my own little thing to it. Yeah,
Okay.
on the trip, so about 4:30.
Yeah, we're gonna be there definitely 4:30.
Okay. We're gonna make something happen then.
Yes.
I love it.
I love it. You're involved in a lot of things. One of those things, and we need to get this educational piece out there because you're teaching the next generation how to bet responsibly through BetMGM, but also the website mywagerscore.com. What do you have going on there?
Yes, it's really trying to educate the young generation who really that doing a lot out here these days. But my wager score is basically something that is something we came up with and trying to give back for is like the college students. I know everybody want to bet on stuff, so we trying to tell you to bet smart and make sure you're over 21, especially and not just that. My wager score is basically when you come to the site, it's all about giving back. So we got charities. We can, your charity or my charity or whoever that when you come to it, win, lose, or draw, you's a winner because we got some different charities you can donate, if you lose to.
Charles Oakley with us, Big Oak. Coming out of Cleveland, so prop bets? Like back in the day, I would have prop bet you 20 rebounds every game.
Oh, man.
And out of 82 games, I was going to win a lot.
Well, about 65 of them.
Yeah.
That's a good percentage.
Let's start here. Where would Charles Oakley back then fit in today's NBA?
Wow. I would love to play in this day and age.
It's changed a lot, hasn't it?
Like I say, I know it's going to be a lot more rebounds.
Yeah.
The field goal percentage is way down. It's just a different era. These guys they're in their space. They have fun playing the way they play. A lot of threes and a lot of turnovers and a lot of missed free throws. But in our era, you had to be more defined. You had to play through a system. You had to be, everybody like a band group. Lead singer, drummer, keyboard. So we play with more structure. They play with less structure.
Love that. Well, you know what? I got something I want to put them in the boom boom room for, so I'm gonna let y'all.
Or do you want to go ahead and do that?
You want to go in the boom boom room now?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he don't care.
I don't care. I ain't scared.
Yeah, he handle himself.
Let's just put this out there. Before the show, we were sitting down talking, and Big Slay asked Big Oak, "Hey man, anything off limits?" You're like, "No,
Nope.
Are you kidding me?"
Nothing.
Here we go then.
We're in Tennessee. They cops hiding in the wood behind an 18-wheeler. They hide everywhere trying to give a ticket. So it's no off limit.
All right, here we go then. This is what it is. Big Oak, you are about to enter the boom boom room. If you agree to answer everything to the best of your ability, truthfully, then that's the only way you will get out of the boom boom room. You gotta let me finish though, Big Oak. You just say yes. You know what I mean? I might say you gotta take 2 shots. You gotta take 2 shots of bourbon before we go in the boom boom room. And then you still gonna say yes?
I'm here.
The boom boom room brought to you by Low T Center. Hunk, bring them in now.
Yes. One man on his way into the boom boom room.
All right.
By the way, that's Frank Caliendo doing Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. I ain't got that pull to get Morgan to really come do it. You know what I mean? We gotta get somebody side eye. So there we go. Straight to it, Oak. Did Mike really handle Pippen the way he did in the dock? Was that all how it was with Pippen being there with the Bulls?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And Mike, I think if you watched the Hall of Fame speech in the Last Dance series on TV, it's consistency with Mike. You know, it's like if you did something and you did it, not disrespectful, he gonna let you know.
Right.
So just Mike being Mike.
Right. Okay. So HBCU, you went to a HBCU. You also had the opportunity to play alongside one from a Nashville legend, Anthony Mason, Tennessee State University. Give me a story about Mason, man, because he was my OG.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. My first beer, he was babysitting me. I wasn't no baby.
Babysitting.
I wasn't no baby.
No, you was babysitting. He probably told you got to drink up.
That's what he told me.
Man up.
Bill. I'm at TSU. We had the party. I get a beer. I hit it. You know what I mean? He was like, no, you got to drink up. So give me a story, man, from the legendary Anthony Mason, man, from your time with him at the Knicks, man.
Rest in peace,
Most
Mason,
definitely.
my man. Mason was a tough guy, man. He was, but Mace. One thing about Mace, he gonna let you know.
Yeah.
So in practice, one day we got into it one day in practice, and we practice in New York. It's no out of bounds.
Right.
The ball's live till somebody get it. So one day, I don't know if he woke up late or whatever. He came to practice. He must have forgot the rules. Still was it's no out of bounds.
Yeah.
So he went ladder gagging like Curry did when he got hurt against Boston.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he went a lot of games, and I just came out of nowhere. I took him out, got the ball, we scored. He said, "Oh, we supposed to be brothers. You know, me and you supposed to just let it go." I said, "No, Mace, ain't no whistle, ain't no out of bounds." So, you know, that's my man. You know, that's only the run in we had when we went to New York. We went out places. We had some little problems.
Yeah.
We took care of
2 big brothers.
Yeah,
I know
we
what
took
it
care
is.
of, you know.
That's what's
But
interesting.
it's crazy how many people want to try us.
Mm-hmm.
And then one might be here, one might be there. But when we get side by side,
Oh, yeah.
they think they answer.
See, that's what's interesting about that group to me, just looking back in the NBA, because you were always the enforcer guy. So then you get paired up with Anthony Mason.
Right.
And now you two are kind of manning everything
Right.
down
Oh,
low.
yeah.
And it's all, was it kind of a competition as to who could get it done better and faster?
Well, it wasn't that because basically, you know, I played the power, he played the small, but he was a small power.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
big
You know,
old
he's
chest.
6'6", 270,
Yeah.
running like a 4'4", 4'5", 40. So he had to side with speed. What NFL really like for linebacker, you know, end. But you know, we had our little moments, but on the court, Mace was a passing, he was a passing guy.
Yeah.
He never wanted to score. He wanted to dribble the ball and pass it. But on the court, he wanted you to play right.
Right.
You know, when sometimes when Patrick was shooting them fadeaways and he didn't like that. He'll let Patrick know.
Yeah.
Now that's one thing. He might have said good morning to Patrick Ewing in practice, but in practice he said good morning to him.
Yeah.
It's a different good morning. So when you see a guy walking past, you going to hey, good morning. But on the court, when they say good morning to you, that means you fucking up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Straight up. No,
I'm sorry.
All right, so this is my thing. That leads to my
As
next
long
question.
as you don't throw like 30 of them in a row.
Right,
We can do it.
right,
We'll get
right.
them out. But that leads to my next question. How many times, because all of you guys coming from college
Right.
could put the ball in the hole without question. You know,
Right.
you got you up there with Mace, you know, I mean, I'm talking about the real golden era of power forwards. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Along with centers down there. So when all this younger generation see all that space down there, now wasn't no space down there.
No,
You got to
wasn't
be
no
able to go
space.
get what you got to go get, and it's up to you to go get it.
That's right. So now they run a lot of high pick and roll.
Right.
So it's all kind of space. That's
Right.
why you get so many drive-bys straight to the rims. And no help weak side defense because everybody pulling the guys out. Teams don't know how to adjust to the plays that the other team's running.
Yep.
When you run both big mans out, you got to keep one back.
Yeah.
Always. We kept one in, one out.
Work
with
like
protection
Pistons.
the rim. But it's just a different ball game now. But,
Well, and back then, nobody had a free run to the rim.
no.
Yeah.
You had to pay your toll.
That's
so,
right.
Unless you got a
The
breakaway,
boom boom
unless you got a
boom boom
breakaway layup or something. Okay, that happens sometimes. But you
Yeah.
ain't got 2 dribbles to the rim and dunk it.
No, ain't none of that. 'Cause, yeah, you better be able to take something with it. All right, did you ever have to tell Big Pat Ewing, the legendary Pat Ewing, hey, man, them long steps you taking across the lane might be a walk, man? Or did y'all just go and let them take the big long strides
Well,
across the lane like that?
As long as they don't call it,
Yes,
when they
cool.
start calling the consistency,
Yeah.
my thing was I just wanted him to just take the double team and pass the ball out.
Yeah.
And I think that he fell in love with that fade away, and it faded us away when we went to the finals.
So did.
But I mean, he was our bread and butter. But
Yeah.
sometimes, you put too much butter on bread, what you get fat.
Uh-huh. Facts. Facts. So I got 2 more questions for you. Did it bother you when you were in Toronto? Vince Carter had to miss Game 7 to go to graduation. Touch on that for me.
Well, we talked about it as some players, and
Because this was a big time series right here.
It was a big time series
Yeah.
against Philly, and Vince was he was a mama boy, being real. He wanted to go back and walk with his class in North Carolina. You know,
Right.
Carolina's in the Final Four. Hubert David, good, shout out to him.
Mm-hmm.
But we try to let these guys make the decision. He was our best player,
Right.
and he thought that was more important in his life at that time. So we rolled with him.
Yeah.
We took Philly down to the buzzer.
Yep.
He had the shot to win it,
Yep.
and we missed it. So, but some things you don't get back. Never got back in a situation to get to the finals. Sometimes you can always go back to school.
Right.
You can take a class online or whatever.
Right.
But it's like I say, a lot of teams play, get to. I went to against Houston. I went to the championship game. Never got back. It's hard to get back. Some people just lucky. Robert Horry got 8 rings.
Yeah.
He got back a lot of times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but Vince, he on TV done. He do the games on TV,
Right.
and I saw him about 2 weeks ago at a golf course. He said he's like a six handicap.
Oh my goodness!
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Some people are just good at everything.
Man, I'm gonna go out there and hack it up. We got a little tournament coming
I
up.
mean,
I'm
he
gonna
just
mess all
started
the course
playing
up.
like for the last 6-7 years, and
Yeah.
some people muscle memory.
pick it up.
Yeah, some people got that it.
Yeah, and you
Me and Slay 6 over like 2 holes.
Oh yeah,
We're running through that 6 handicap real quick.
triple bogey ain't bad.
No. As long as you got a cigar and suburban to go with it, man, I'm cool. I don't care nothing about
Oh,
that,
you
man.
get the bourbon early, huh?
Man, what? What else we gonna do? We got to
Oh,
be
you
on this
want to
card.
get at the end with a nice steak or something, sit around.
That too. It don't stop. It ain't gonna stop it.
We have to do sports talk after all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta
Oh,
get in here
well,
early.
It's a lot of bourbon down here, so I can understand it.
Yeah, so this is my other one for you. You being the enforcer, you got a book called The Enforcer, known as The Enforcer. Ain't nobody just running up on Oak, you know what I mean? And ain't nobody running up on Oak that's around Oak. Ain't nobody running up on them either. So you had to protect one of the greatest, let's take the one off, the greatest player in history, along with some other guys like we mentioned, Vince Carter, and being around guys like that.
Tracy McGrady.
How much pride did you take into that, like knowing that I'm taking on this big brother role?
That's just something, coming up in Cleveland. It's my hometown, and I had a brother who looked after me, and when I got older, I said, I know how he looked after me and what he did in the city for the family and whatever, but I said I'm gonna be like my brother, just take care of me when I got into the ball. And I said, well, I've got teammates, so make sure they okay.
Right.
But no, it's just something that, like I say, I don't, like, okay, I want an award or something for it. Just something just come natural.
Yeah.
I don't like see somebody bullying somebody and this and that.
Right.
Just play to your level. If you don't have it, you don't have it.
So Mike being the guy,
Right.
give me one story where you had to say, hold up, man, y'all ain't gonna be able to touch Mike like this. Whether it be practice on your own team, and how did that affect you being traded from the Bulls?
Yes, in the book, The Last Enforcer. I think at the time we was at dinner in Seattle when Mike got hurt my second year. And, Mike came to the league. That's why Isaiah and all them guys were mad at him because he came to the league on the high. Averaged 26, 27 points. Next year, 28. So they like, we been in here. We ain't laid down all the concrete. Now you just come down in your Ferrari like just take over. But now some guys got jealous of him, and it was an incident. We was at dinner, and these guys trying to I'm like, no, man.
Yeah, this ain't it.
Just can't do that, man. This man, let's let the man do what he do.
Yeah.
He killing every night and this and that. Back then, older guys didn't give you your respect. So Mike had to, earn his respect. Because guy was jealous.
Yeah.
That was it faded out. Right before they started winning the championship.
Right.
And he got to be the man of the team because. Them guys, I want to score too.
Yeah.
So when everybody want to score, you're not gonna get nothing. When everybody can accept their roles, that's when you start winning.
Well, listen, man. This is the boom. Oh, we got another question.
I got to get this
Yeah.
in.
Come on in there,
It's
man.
gotta be- I'm busting in the
Go
boom
get
boom
him.
room.
Go get him.
All right. Well, because we're kind of along these lines here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last Enforcer. There's a full chapter in your book.
Yes.
Charles
Yeah.
Barkley and his
Yes.
big mouth.
Yes.
A full chapter.
Yeah.
To which there is a line that says, I did not punch Charles Barkley.
Yes.
That's your take.
Yes.
How do you really feel about Charles Barkley?
Well, I did what Will Smith did to Chris Rock. I just smacked the S out of him.
And stood on that.
Yes. I just smacked him. But no, Barkley, he's great talent. He just talk too much. The guys talk. I know TNT. He's making a lot of money. Y'all getting the awards and all that. But my thing is, some people, careful what you say.
Yeah.
It's
consequences to something.
Well, Chris Rock gonna be careful on his tour. What he say? Well, maybe they have more security next time.
Right. Yeah.
But no, I did have to, I had to tap him up a little bit. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
There you go. Boom, boom, room truth right there.
That is.
He said nothing's off limits.
no.
He didn't lie.
I thought Will Smith read my first chapter. That's why I thought he was feeling the mood.
You motivated him.
Yeah, like wow. Oakley said, somebody keep talking about you. Just go take him up.
Yeah.
So he went in, I don't know what Chris Rock,
Oh my gosh.
Boom Boom Room brought to you by Low T Center. Oh, Big Oak Tree. You out the Boom Boom Room, man. Thank you for coming in there.
Thanks. I get a B plus. Okay, thanks.
No, you get an A, man. We got something special in the gift shop of the Boom Boom Room when you go out.
All right, Charles
Bourbon and
Oakley
cigars.
in studio. Don't you have some kind of clothes on that deal?
No, it's just Slay saying he's done.
Slay says he's done. He's done.
Slay's
Okay.
supposed to be unlocked.
Yeah.
I
You
shut
unlock the door.
say,
No,
yeah,
I
I
got a
unlock the
gavel.
door.
Slay's in charge.
I got a gavel and it sounds like gun, so I don't even hit it anymore.
That's probably a good idea.
Charles Oakley in the studio. MyWagerscore.com. More with Charles when we come back. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle, whether you're looking for a new Jeep or pre-owned Jeep. It's Jeep season, man. When these stores roll through, it's going to be like 65, 70 degrees. Perfect Jeep weather. You can go see my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 24 West Exit 35, straight shot into Springfield, Tennessee. 3450 Tom Austin Highway is the address. Car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, whatever you're looking for, new or pre-owned, they'll be able to help you. No pressure at all. They have one goal. Same goal you have. Get you in the right vehicle, the vehicle that's right for you. Take your test drive. You'll go inside. They'll help make the numbers work. It'll be that easy. Check them out online. GuptonMotors.com is the website. The entire inventory is there. All the dealership information is there as well. Again, that's GuptonMotors.com. Go take your test drive. Again, ask your questions. They'll have the answers for you. And if you're looking around dealership to dealership, make sure you include these guys. Again, that's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Check them out online, GuptonMotors.com. Food City Dirt Race, that is back, and this year it is at night, baby. And I'm telling you, man, I've been to a night race at Bristol, and again, I didn't grow up a big NASCAR guy, but I'm telling you, this is an event you need to check out. That place is amazing. Biggest stadium I've ever been to. There's no doubt about that, and you're going to get it all at the Food City Dirt Race. Again, it's back, and it's at night. Saturdays are for race and catch a day full of heat qualifying, followed by the Pinty's Truck Race on dirt on Saturday, April 16th, for as low as $35. And kids for this event on Saturday night are free. Also on Sunday, don't forget, it is a dirt night race at Bristol. Baby, the Food City Dirt Race returns to Bristol on Sunday, April 17th at night. Kids 12 and under for this race are only $10. Time to get dirty again. The Pinty's Truck Race on dirt and the Food City Dirt Race are returning to Bristol Motor Speedway, but this year, again, they are at night. What's better than some dirt racing under the lights at Bristol? For more information and for tickets, bristolmotorspeedway.com. It's Bristol, baby. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay, producer Joe Hunk, joined in studio by the great Charles Oakley. Charles Oakley. I was thinking about the Charles Barkley story. Charles Oakley. And you can read the Charles Barkley chapter in his book, The Last Enforcer.
Yes.
Big Oak. Went through the boom boom room.
Yes, it did.
You made it.
I made it. Like going to Halloween, haunted house.
You don't know what's coming around the corner.
I don't know what's coming up.
You caught Jordan with the Bulls early in his career when he was trying to score as many points as possible. Right. Did you know then that he was going to figure it out and win a bunch of titles?
Yes. I was there 3 years, and every year he got more. You can just see it. His game developing, his mind maturing. It's like, he had to figure it out. Like everybody, Magic got lucky when his rookie year win the championship and Clean got hurt. But in that era, you had to figure it out. Ain't like you just come in and knock the door down. And but he came in for scoring, yes, but getting the right plays, the right guys on the team, what you needed to go 82 games. And like football, once you get into the playoff, now you got to have this guy, that guy, when you play certain teams. That's what I liked about Phil. He knew how to prepare for the centers. He always kept 3 7-footers. The way down the other team. He knew he had to go through us, or Rick Smith, or either Patrick. So basically, he kept rotating them 18 fouls.
Yeah.
So, and we couldn't get the ball to our best man. Our best man ain't strong enough. Then. So just like the Bulls, he always kept shooters. Yeah. Another athletic guy, a guy who can just, might play no defense, but when you over there, you got 2 shots, you got to make 1. It ain't like now you get 10 shots to make 2.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball game.
Did you we talked about in the green room about the game repeating itself and maybe coming back around to where it's power forwards and things of that nature going around in the game. You said no, but how important was the physical aspect of that game then? Because you look at power forwards, man, you got guys running around and everybody diesel. Like, it ain't you coming there, you about 245, 235 or less, man. And I mean, all muscle, all rock, no shake. You got a problem.
That's why most people's pulling up.
Yeah.
They're not going down there.
Yeah. They want to play the whole game or play, most of the, they want to survive late half of the season. But it was respect for the game. But when you get out of the way, do something that you shouldn't be doing, guys supposed to let you know. Yeah. But they're just, these guys running around 210, 6'9", 210, 205. They couldn't have survived. I don't care how good they were.
Right. Show them up, baby.
And, some cheap gas. Don't get the cheap gas, no premium.
Yeah.
At Charles Oakley 34 on Twitter. Catch him there. Charles Oakley with us on 3HL. Yeah. You mentioned the NBA Finals with the Knicks and the Rockets, and that was a great series. But one thing that happened during that series was the OJ chase, which was in Game 5. And watching at home, I still remember watching the game, and you guys are battling it out. Yeah. And then they go split screen with the OJ chase. At what point did you know that was going on?
I think I never did know until the game was over.
Until it was over?
Because, at the finals day, we tuned in. We trying to win the game, this and that. But
because now
afterwards, it was like, oh, Lord, really all that was happening?
Yeah.
Because now you would know. Because everybody's got phones and social media and all those things.
Yes.
So people behind the bench would be like, hey, man, look at this.
Yeah, but, it was a sad time that happened. But, I don't know. It's just, a chase going on. It's always some chase in L.A., but it wasn't really a chase. They were just cruising behind them.
Right.
You turn on TV to L.A., they see a car going down the sidewalk, this and that. No, it was just they on I-10 and 20 cars. It was like almost a funeral going on.
Yeah. We got KTLA when I was in college for some reason at UT, at the University of Tennessee. We got that channel. I don't know why. But you're right. There was always like this car escort thing going on.
UT. Did you play with Tim McGee?
No, I didn't play anything.
That was my guy, Tim MGee.
Yeah, we were in the same high school together.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, is that right?
Tim MGee. Tim McGee,
both played basketball and football.
Yeah.
Well, then he ends up on the Bengals, and you're a Browns guy, right?
Yeah. I like the Bengals. I mean, they're our neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, they went to the Super Bowl, so, hey, we they neighbors now.
What do you think about Baker Mayfield, man, he might have to hang on at quarterback because they're only paying Deshaun $1 million this year, and so
Baker need to take that class. Teach you to be quiet. Be quiet.
I was gonna say it kind of
quiet,
goes
Baker.
along with your talking too much thing, right?
You can talk when you got a couple championships and this and that, but you ain't made the playoff but one time in 4 years and won one game, and you talking about this and that. You want to be traded? Nobody wants you.
Yeah.
nobody wants him. Isn't that
crazy.
amazing? Like Marcus Mariota got a job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he can play the run and shoot offense. You know, he can Baker. See, the thing what happened with Baker is he can't get a first down with his legs. You know, and he can roll out, but he can't run.
Yeah.
You know, so if you ain't got, he got a perfect. I mean, he got a great line, great running backs, great receivers. I mean, something is wrong because they gave you everything you asked for.
Got all the
and
weapons.
more. So, he said he played hurt, but my thing is some people can't play hurt.
It's very true.
When you ain't good and trying to play hurt, you ain't gonna get it.
It's gonna be a problem somewhere in there.
He think he's a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe he should have took that contract last year they offered.
Spitting
Say
truth
that,
over
dude.
here.
Yeah, say that.
Yeah.
You can watch the show on Zone TV, Twitter, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch.
Twitch.
So he might be tweeting about me tonight if he hear this.
He might.
He love to go to that Twitter.
So our guy Nick Ewing said,
problem.
our guy Nick Ewing said, and Slay's favorite thing in the world is Martin.
Yeah.
He said, wasn't Oak on Martin on an episode? Is that true?
No, I was on New York Undercover Cop. That was not Martin.
Hey.
I've been around Martin a lot, but I don't know why he never bring me to the show back in the 80s.
Yeah,
and
come
90s.
on, what's up with Marty? Come on, Marty.
Yeah, we need to
Had
revisit
an
that
oak
thing.
tree on that thing.
I hung out with him many times.
Cool dude.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious.
Yes.
Man,
Him
that's
and
what's-
Charles Smith was real tight.
Really?
Yeah, so when Charles Smith got traded from the Clippers to the Lakers, we went to all his stand-up shows and
Yeah.
all of that. Yeah, he's a cool guy, though. I'm
That's what's
glad he
up.
made the transition. You know, some things happened, but he's still doing his thing, though.
Right. Let me ask you this real quick, basketball, because I'm fascinated with your era, man. Like, it ain't no question that's the greatest
Me
era
too.
to me
Yeah.
in life. Give me your power forward, since we may not ever see them again. Your top 3 power forwards that you had to play against.
Wow.
Difficult to guard. You know you had
Well,
to.
they wasn't
had to
difficult
lace
to
it up
guard.
because you lock them down.
No.
Okay, talk to me.
See, my thing is, I like Karl Malone, but when you good and crying,
Yeah.
I put take it down a grade.
You get a little asterisks by him.
Oh yeah,
You got knocked down a grade on
Barkley,
that?
he was one of those slash small power forward.
Uh-huh.
He had more talent,
Yeah.
probably than most of them because he can get the ball off the glass, bring it down, shoot. Wasn't a great shooter, but he got it 25 and 12 at night.
Right.
But the best post-up move probably was Cam McHale.
Man, that's what's up.
And but the toughest one of all probably Lonnie Shelton. DNB. I'm gonna put I gotta go with old head. Lonnie Shelton, hey, he'll follow you to your car. Yeah, I heard the locker room.
You
So,
gonna get this work.
Yeah. So he played with Cleveland and Indiana. So I saw him a little growing up, but he was about 260, 270, went about 6'7" though.
Man,
Yeah.
move.
But
you.
let's do this. Daniel in Nashville wants to say something to you. Let's go to Daniel. Daniel, what's up, man?
Hey, this is Daniel. Hey, I just wanted to say that Oakley is the toughest player that played in the toughest era ever. And I had a question.
Yes.
Who would he say was almost as tough as him?
Great question.
Almost.
That's a tough tag, man.
Yeah.
Force a tag now.
Yeah, no.
And go
I
out
ain't
there
have no
bored.
twin or cousin, so I don't know.
Anything resemble you today?
He can't even come up with
I
somebody
don't
that's
know.
close to
Yeah.
him.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there
That's-
somebody today that you like watching play? You know what I mean? I know
watch
it's
a lot,
different
but
game.
they always said Draymond Green. I like what he brings to his team. Energy, the heart, and being the focus point, not even the best player,
Yeah.
but he get them going. They got 3 rings out there, but I like what he do for Steph and Clay and balance that team out.
Yeah.
Don't try to get triple doubles, but he do sometimes. But
I was going to say, you could score the ball better than him.
yeah, I probably could shoot better. But
Yeah.
back then I had to, I didn't shoot a lot. He don't shoot a lot either, so I didn't look at scoring. I looked at playing my part. I think when you know basketball, if you watch the game, everybody can score. You look what other guys can do. I think I was good at doing what I, rebound, defense, clog the middle. I just smacked him. So, I was okay with that.
So off the court, the enforcer, like you said, it's just you. It ain't you trying to be nobody.
Right.
This is you. You carrying it on and off the court. So a little birdie, doing a little research. If you were in L.A. and it was a party, and just so happened maybe Suge was gonna pop up at the party.
Right.
With Suge, is it any rumblings in the room if Suge walk in, or is Oak Tree in there and everything cool?
I mean, he just that's his turf. But my thing is, I mean, I am who I am.
Yeah.
So,
okay, and that follows.
I mean, I want to be. I go all over.
Okay.
I travel. I do this. I do that. Knock on wood. I haven't had no really knockdown, drag out with none of the,
Right.
other gangs in other city.
Yeah.
They show me love. I show them love.
Right. And so any time during your time in the NBA, you was a situation you look back on was like, man, that didn't have to go like that. But since they pushed me to that limit, here it is. This is what you asked for.
Hey, they say if you speed, you're trying to get somewhere quick. So why? You got to do what you got to do. But no.
I love it.
Charles Oakley in town. Couple of different reasons. Again, cooking up some food tomorrow. Room in the Inn for breakfast and doing French toast and everything.
But he told him what was on for breakfast, man. You want to share what they got for lunch?
Doing lunch
man,
too.
This
is
is
my
the
era
best
right here.
barbecue ever.
Ooh.
We having brisket, we having ribs, we having chicken, we having I'm just meat. We'll say the size. You got to come and see the size.
Okay. Is it any way to get closer to a person's heart, man, than through cooking? Is that the feeling that you get when you walk away from it? Like, man, when a person look at you full, that's a different type of love and thanks.
You know how else you get to people heart? When like the fall coming and when the winter coming, you be snow, they snow and break their leaves.
Yeah.
You get somebody hard like that. One of your neighbors or somebody like, oh, this guy. Because when I was growing up, I just do the neighbor yards. And like, I still go home right now every year, right? Like probably another 3 or 4 weeks. I do my mother, clean all the leaves up, get ready for the summer roll. She 86, so that's something she would use to cherish. Every summer, get in the yard, put the flowers up. So I go home every, them season to do it. It don't snow no more as much like it used to.
Yeah.
Maybe it snowed twice a year in Cleveland.
Wow.
So
y'all get big snow, though.
Yeah, they go out 13, 15 inches. Yeah.
I keep hearing Slay about all this.
Shut down.
I keep hearing about this grilling talent you have.
Yeah.
Hey man, what we doing? We need to get Oak back. What we need to make happen?
You know what? I go through here, going to the Chicago, Cleveland, Detroit. So I come this way.
Nashville's the way to everywhere.
I don't go to Knoxville where I come through this way.
You come through here. Okay,
I don't take 75. I take 624.
Hey man, all I need is about 8 hours with your Oak Tree, man. This is give me about 8 hours one day, man. I'm gonna make it worth your time.
All right, I'm telling you, this summer, one day, I'm gonna be coming through here.
Say no more. We're gonna make it happen.
All right, check it out.
Y'all heard it.
Bet Smart, give back. MyWagerScore.com. You can find out what those guys are doing there. Basically, at the end of the year, they give 1% of your handle to charity of your choice. So make sure you check out what these guys are doing. MyWagerScore.com.
1% too of that.
1%'s a lot.
I mean, you're making a difference.
Making a difference. Oh, good to see you, man.
Good.
Thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate
We'll be
you, my
back
brother.
soon.
Hey,
We say it every time. We'll be back soon.
That's right.
Love it.
But you did come back.
Yeah.
You did come back.
Yes.
That's the key.
At
Kept your
Charles
word.
Oakley on Twitter. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. We'll be right back, and we'll tell you who's going to be in the final, and I'll tell you why next on 104.5 The Zone.
Well, season tickets for the Preds, they are on sale right now as we speak for the 2022-2023 season. And they have a bunch of different packages too. Full, half, quarter season plans available. Join the Loyal Legion and you get the best seat locations. You get priority access to 2022 Stanley Cup playoff tickets. As a season ticket citizen, not only are your tickets for round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs 20% lower than your regular season price. But tickets for round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs will be the same as your regular season price. That's huge. Season ticket citizens can receive up to 6 bonus tickets to share with friends and family during the 2022-23 regular season. And here's the other thing. There's a bunch of other stuff mixed in if you are a season ticket holder for your Nashville Predators. Season-long benefits, concession discounts, Nashville locker room discounts, pre-sales to shows at Bridgestone Arena, and you save on Preds Foundation events, which go always to a great cause as well. Learn more, NashvillePredators.com/season tickets. Join Smashville. Go Preds.
What up, people? You know what it is. This is me, Ron Slay. Listen to me. Talking about a cash out refi, man. You want to get some money? What's your best asset? Your biggest asset. That's your home, people. The equity is so high right now, it's the perfect time to do a cash out refi. Now, thehomeloanexpert.com is who you need to touch. From new home loans to refinances, get great low rates and top-notch customer service at thehomeloanexpert.com. And you can close in your loan as little as 21 days. Now, talking about that cash out refi, what money you can get out of it, looking to expand your home or make some much-needed home improvements, they and you can make your largest asset work for you, which is a cash out refi through thehomeloanexpert.com. The average homeowner last year got $52,000. You hear me? $52,000 out the cash out refi, man. You can do that same thing too. What would you do with $52K? Take a second and think about it. TheHomeLoanExpert.com. Close on your loan in as little as 21 days from new home loans to refinances. Get great low rates and top-notch customer service at my people, the Ryan Kelly, TheHomeLoanExpert.com.
3HL 1045, The Zone. Garth Brooks coming in town. He added another show. So it's going to be Saturday the 16th. He added a show on the 15th. Hunk's never seen him.
I'm begging you, please.
Well, they have tickets. Tickets go on sale. I wasn't told to do this, but I know they go on sale on Friday morning, so check Ticketmaster.
Okay, Ticketmaster's where I need to go. Okay.
Shirley on Twitter, I love me some Oak. Mayor of Jolton, I'm pretty sure I have a few of his basketball cards. Probably.
Yeah. I just love his just honesty.
Oh, man, all day. Donnie, when I first turned on the radio and heard Charles Oakley's voice, I thought it was Charlie Murphy. Sounds just like him. Oak, man. That guy. NBA was different back then.
It was different.
Slay's waving to people on Zone TV through your window, through
What is
your
he
camera.
doing? Can he get in?
No, he went out to visit the Oakley bus. So here's the deal. Charles Oakley rolls around to all his, like, making all these places better, better places.
That's what he does.
He
The
rolls
enforcer.
around. The enforcer
Makes people
goes
better.
and cooks and serves underprivileged communities, and he does it in this big bus.
With his picture
so
on it?
Slade just went to hop on the bus and visit the bus.
The bus is serious, man. They got the bus plush out there. First of all, on the side of
Charles
it,
Oakley Foundation,
man,
right?
It's dope.
is- yeah.
Yeah.
It's dope, man.
.com.
He out there dressed up on the bus. Got a picture of his book. It's serious. It's serious. Bus is what you expect.
Wait,
bus
what
to be.
happened when you were walking down the hall just a second ago? Did you lose your
Oh,
card
like
again?
I left my
waving to
key in there.
people?
I couldn't get in.
Oh.
I couldn't get in.
I thought
You were trying to get a. We just thought you were. Hunk's like, oh, he's waving at the camera.
I thought you were just making faces and stuff
No.
at the
No,
camera,
no,
man.
he
I
couldn't
was
get
really
in.
trying to get in, but thank you. But it was two people rolled down the street and they said, "Hey, Big Slay, hey, that was a good job, y'all. Y'all did a good interview.
Really?
Is that the oak tree?" I said, "Yeah, that's the oak tree." He rolled on up and said, "Oak tree." So hey, man, oak tree known everywhere, man.
Oh, man.
That's
yeah.
great.
He loves Nashville. That's cool. From Alan Bell, by the way, if you missed any of that, go back and the whole thing was, he was
Yeah,
phenomenal.
it's
great. You
So
gotta listen to
go
it.
back and, number one, subscribe to the 3HL podcast where you get your podcast, but go look for the Big Oak interview there. He was great. From Alan Bell, teams that won its Elite Eight game by 20 or more points are perfect in its Final Four game since 1998.
Whoa, just FYI,
5-0.
98's a long time ago.
Yeah. UNC beat St. Peter's by 20, so they qualify for this. Kansas beat Miami by 26.
I'm good with Kansas.
Duke won by 19, fell just short.
Uh-oh.
So UNC Kansas for the national championship,
Oh,
according
come
to
on.
Alan Bell's numbers.
That goes back, that's over 20 years.
Can I say that I want Duke to lose every game they play? But can I also say that, because I wrote down, what matchup do y'all want to see? 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. Having said that I want Duke to lose every game they play in the history of me watching basketball, I think Duke-Kansas would be the most entertaining matchup. With Coach K going for, that definitely would be his last game.
I think that's the one.
What a way to go out.
I think that's the one.
I think there are some people that are kind of torn on this. And
Between
maybe I'm
Duke
wrong
and Carolina?
because and maybe I'm wrong because I'm a Dookie. I get it. But I feel like a lot of people that normally have all this hate in their heart for Duke,
It's not there.
Me?
like they have, a lot of people have less hate because they know it's Coach K's curtain call. And whether you like him or don't like him, you can't ignore the fact that he's a legend, right?
Yeah.
And it would be a very cool fairy tale story for them to go out on top, especially after laying an egg against Carolina at home for the last Coach K game in Cameron, where he's all pissed off and it's like bleeding into his
Man, I love
his
that so
goodbye
much.
speech, right?
I loved it.
You could just
I
see
can't
him
stand Duke.
fuming by that performance.
I can't stand Duke, but Duke-Kansas I think would be the best matchup.
So you just think because it would be the best matchup,
Yeah,
you don't necessarily
well,
want to see Coach K go out on top
No,
and
I mean,
have this
this-
fairy tale thing.
I cheer for the story, but I haven't decided if the story is better if he loses
I'm with both, honestly.
or if he wins. Like when North Carolina and Duke play and I sit down and watch it, I will be cheering for North Carolina.
I think it's going. If it was
What?
North Carolina and Kansas, it's going to be so
Get outta
similar
here with
to
that.
the styles playing in the championship game. I think that'd be great. But if it was Duke and Kansas, I think the styles would they would contrast against each other so much that it'll be a great game. That's what I think. So
You think either way we're going to get it?
Yep, I think we'll get
a
it.
good
Yep.
game. Well, you
Unless
did
they
say
get beat up.
yesterday.
Yeah.
You did say yesterday that you do. I mean, it feels like this Duke Carolina is the championship.
If it's that typical Duke
just from
Carolina,
a mental,
Kansas, I think will run away with it.
right.
Whoever they play.
There you go. All right, when we come back, we'll talk a little football. Coach Mack, Dave McGinnis, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans, will join us on the Mark Spain Real Estate Hotline. That's next. 3HL 1045 The Zone. Accurate Mortgage, these are your guys that you need to consult with, especially now because the housing market is frustrating a lot of people, maybe frustrating you, because you keep losing out on offer after offer. A lot of people are. Maybe it's time to consider staying put and coming up with a new plan. Here's an idea from our friends at Accurate Mortgage. How about renovating your current home into the dream home you've always wanted? Accurate Mortgage can help you. They have many cash-out refinancing programs that can help you get the money needed to turn your home into the envy of everyone in the neighborhood. Home values have gone up, so chances are you've built a good amount of equity within that home. Put that equity to work for you by remodeling and potentially increasing the value of your home even more. Interest rates are still historically low, and if your home's value is increased, it may be the perfect time to take advantage of a cash-out refinance loan. Accurate Mortgage can help make it a brighter spring for you and your family. Reach out to Accurate Mortgage to discuss if a cash-out refi makes sense for you. Visit Accurate Mortgage today. AccurateMTG.com. Accurate Mortgage Group, a division of Acopia LLC, is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 4664. Man, you got a lot of sporting events that you can lay down a little cash on, and sports is sports betting legal in Tennessee, obviously, and you can bet sports locally with Action247.com. Get it done. Get signed up. Even if you are a part of another service, check out the local group, Action247.com. Download the apps. That's the easiest way. You download the apps, get signed up that way, and then you can constantly check your phone, see the movement within the lines, and see what you want to do there. Sometimes you can go in multiple times in games. I know people that do that, but certainly bet responsibly. Make sure you do that. But we've got some basketball coming up. Duke, a 4-point favorite against North Carolina. Kansas, a 4.5-point favorite against Villanova the last time I looked. Maybe that intrigues you. Maybe you want to go with the total. Maybe you want to go with the first half under, like somebody on our show was talking about yesterday. Action247.com. That is the way to do it with the local guys. The only local legal sports book in the state of Tennessee. They've always got things going on, so check them out. For the college basketball activity coming up, the NBA, the NHL, as they head toward their playoffs. Get it done. Action247.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
The Jacksonville Jaguars have money and they will spend it as they have just signed defensive end Arden Key. Good afternoon. I am Joe Hunk. The defensive end comes to Jacksonville after having the best year of his career in 2021. He had 6.5 sacks for the Jags, and that was kind of the thing the Jags needed to improve on. Well, they need to improve on a lot, but that's one of the things. At the NFL annual meetings yesterday, the Detroit Lions general manager Brad Holmes announced to the media that they are taking calls on the number 2 overall pick for this year's NFL draft. And the Atlanta Braves just announced a few moments ago that Max Fried, the guy who got the Game 6 win for the Braves in the World Series, will be their opening day starter. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Appreciate you being with us. It is Hump Day.
Hump Day.
That is Don Davenport.
Hi.
I think you could pay Don to sing at birthday parties, weddings, bar mitzvahs.
This song?
Any song.
Reputation.
For
Don
some reason, it
Davenport's
kind of sound like her a little bit.
Jump Jet sounds like Don Davenport.
It sounds like Running Red Dawn. Yeah. I feel like my ponytails are going to suffer with this opening song of mine.
Oh, you're rocking out over there.
Mm-hmm.
Producer Joe Hunk, and then we've got, of course, Ron Slay.
What up, though?
Slay.
Believe I'm in the building. Better be ready. I'm in the building.
Need a
Come on,
generator.
got no rules. Come on, time for the show.
Need a generator to kickstart that thing.
Yeah, it was a little.
Power's already out.
Had to pedal just a
Carburetor's
little
messed
bit more on that one just to get it going.
Well, we talked old NBA with Charles
Man.
Oakley in studio in the first hour.
I can sit there and talk to that man forever, man.
Talked a little Final Four. Now let's talk a little football.
Hey!
Our guy, Dave McGinnis. Coach Mack
Talk to
joins
this guy
us,
forever.
Titans radio analyst, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Coach Mack, what is going on?
Hey guys, a lot of football going on. Right on the tail end of the Final Four, we got a lot of football going on. Y'all had Charles Oakley on. That's a good thing. I just got off the radio out in L.A. They're talking about a lot of things out there. One of the things they're talking about is that you saw it. I don't know if you keep up with it, but there's still a little small issue of a $790 million movement fee from the Rams from St. Louis to L.A. that they had to pay, and now they're trying to figure out who's going to pay it.
Wow.
Shouldn't they have figured it out prior to now?
Oh, it's got a lot of permutations. It's got a lot of limbs to that. I have nothing to do with the money, but I lived through it, so I'm telling you, it had a lot going on.
Wow. Interesting.
How challenging was that process moving from St. Louis to Los Angeles, Coach? As you said, you and Fishbone. I mean, you were right there.
No, we lived it. It'll be 2 chapters in my book at least. It was unbelievably brutal. It really was. First of all, going with the fact that we were kind of there as lame ducks for a while, which was really, really, really hard. And let me just say this about the fans in St. Louis: they were great. But, I mean, it was hard being lame ducks there. People need to remember that Dick Vermeil won a Super Bowl there with that group.
Oh.
And so the fans in St. Louis were guys, it was way above my pay grade, and my pay grade was pretty high. But I was not involved. I mean, the things that came down with that. And then when they decided, when the move was up, I mean, it got really brutal. And then, all the front office people left. And then all of a sudden there were workers in the building started stripping stuff off the walls. It looked like East Germany. I mean, and we were just in there in blank offices wondering what and be what. And then you had to get all your players moved out there, get all your cars moved out there, get your life moved out there. And then we basically lived in hotels or dormitories for 6 months. It was a little bit challenging.
Well, and while you're continuing off-season work like everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we went. That's why we ended up going to Oxnard and just occupying that whole facility that the Cowboys use. for training camp. That's where we had to have. But look, guys, you have to bring all the families out there too. It was an adventure. As I said, it's 2 full chapters, single spaced in my book work.
Was there a Hard Knocks too then, or was that?
Oh yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, Hard Knocks was
During
all
that?
over.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hard Knocks was all over. Hard Knocks started in training camp. Hard Knocks started in training camp, and then if you'll remember correctly, which I do, and you guys probably do too, they stayed with us all year doing that all or nothing. So we basically had Hard Knocks from training camp until it was over.
That's when
that
Kenny Brent
change?
flipped the golf cart, right?
Kenny.
And that's another part of the story. Shannon Furman's the director. I love her. She does a great job. Her crew does a great job. We came out of a night meetings, and she was setting up a GoPro on it wasn't a golf cart. It was a dune buggy.
It's much better.
I mean, a souped-up dune buggy. He and Brian Quick, the receiver, our other receiver, she was setting up a GoPro on it, and I went, "Hey, Shannon, not a great idea." I said, "Not a great idea." I said, "First of all, this thing, and first of all, the 2 dudes you're doing it with." I said, "Recipe for disaster." I said, "So before it happens, take it off." Coach Mack, I promise you, it's going to be fine. I've talked to him. We're just going to film them going from here. And it was on the Cal Irvine campus, which is the largest campus in the California system, if nobody knew that. So, and there were hills going down to where we were working out. And I went, "Shannon, not a great idea." No, it'll be fine. Well, they take off about as fast as that thing could go. And all of a sudden, she's standing there with me at the radio, and all of a sudden, you hear, "It's turned over. We got a wreck.
Oh, my goodness.
We got a problem."
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't
I'm
even.
telling
That
you,
does
man,
not surprise me.
I miss Kenny Brett. I tell people all the time.
He
like,
was always smiling.
if you're around that guy, I mean, he's just one of those people that you gravitate toward and you just love him. I mean, he is always into something.
Guys, if he could have stayed healthy with those knees, he was a dominant player.
Oh my goodness.
Dominant. Yeah, if you're, I mean, we're going to talk Kenny Britt stories. If you remember when we had to suspend him for the first quarter of a game because anyway, we had to. We were playing the Eagles here, and then he went in. We decided to put him in at the end of the first quarter, and then he just proceeded to have about 1 million yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had a run, like 3-game run there where you were like, oh my goodness. And I remember
You
him,
always saw glimpses of what he could be.
especially at training camp.
He was a dominant physical player. Dominant.
Let me ask you this: NFL meetings going on. What do the coaches do down there? They play parcheesi, shuffleboard, like what go to Cracker Barrel? What do they do?
Coaches do a lot. I mean, you do a lot. You've got separate committees that you break up into, and it's all very well planned out for the coaches. They have one session. I was in 4 of them as a head coach. I enjoyed the meetings. The meetings I enjoyed the best were the competition committee meetings, and then I also enjoyed when it was just the head coach. It was the head coach, the head and the owner, and the commissioner, and that was it in the room. And so, and they had microphones all around the room, and everybody could get up and just express whatever you wanted to. I enjoyed those meetings. There's a lot to do. They've compressed it, guys. They've compressed it. When I first started, it was 4 days, 4.5. It went to 3.5. Now it's 3, which is I think a really good idea. But you can get a lot done down there. And the other thing that starts happening too, guys, you got everybody down there, and it's just a continuation of some of the trade talks for draft picks and some of the other things going on with free agency that are just a continuum from the combine.
Coach Mack with us on 3HL. You got something?
Yeah, I just want to ask him about what he got in his draft Santa bag. Because Coach Mack and Red Gore to be always running around with some surprises, man, that ain't nobody looked at.
Yeah, it's not a surprise. It's a lot of work. We just got through. In fact, today we're into the second cross-check period because you've got to cross-check your guys. Of course, I spent a week at the combine talking with a lot of people, and then cleaning up some of the film. There's always more film to look at. But today we just finished cross-checking. I think, and you can check with Rhett, he's got the number. I think we've filmed, I filmed, watched, and we've cross-checked, probably a little over 220 players at this point. And that'll probably be about enough. There were 324 at the combine. We only do 2 days of the draft, but we're pretty well versed in what's going on.
Love it.
I mean, I'm seeing video of Evan Neal at 6'7", 8,000 pounds, moving as quickly as he does. That's what always gets me, Coach Mack, on some of this film study are the big people that move in freakishly athletic ways.
Well, these guys are freakish athletes that make it to this level. And especially, there's 324, at the combine. And, of course, all the testing and physicals that go on there. But, guys, look, these are professional athletes at the highest level. And that's why anybody that makes a roster is a really good player. And I know that, if you're not involved in it on the inside of it, you say, oh, well, he's not good. He's good. Let's get somebody else better. All of these guys are good players. They're just some better than others. And then there are some that are what I've always termed as womb to tomb guys. They came out like that, and they're going in the ground like that, and they're special.
What do you think about the overtime rule, Coach? The change to allow each team a possession. I kind of like the Titans' position where, give the team that scores the potential of a reward, right? Like you go for two, you win. I like that idea.
Brent, I thought that was very innovative, and what it would have been, it would have entailed some strategies. As far as if you get the ball first and you score, now what are you going to do? Are you going to take the chance? And if you do make it, you put a lot of pressure on your opponent to have to at least, come back and score a touchdown and go for two? Or do you put yourself, saying if we don't make it, well, then you certainly have to play great defense because then a touchdown and an extra point will beat you. So I thought it was very innovative. I thought it was very thought-provoking. The way that it came out, I talked to a lot of people when I'm at the Combine for a week, and I really felt like, the competition meets at the Combine a week before the Combine starts. Being on that competition committee, which Mike Vrabel is, they have meetings, throughout the off season. I mean, it's a pretty comprehensive. I was involved with Jeff Fisher for the 15 years. He was that vice chair, and I know how much work goes into that. And so, but that was kind of the consensus that I was picking up from people I was talking to about it, that it would be both sides, and normally it takes something like that to flip it, kind of like the call that wasn't made against New Orleans in the playoff game. Mm-hmm. It kind of takes something like that to generate momentum, to flip something. I think I know the Buffalo Kansas City thing flipped that. So both sides getting a shot, I'm fine with it.
There he is. Yeah, go ahead.
I just got one more. What do you think is going to happen with Baker Mayfield?
Hey, Dawn, and that's a legitimate question, and that was brought up too when I was there talking. I tell you what happened. They Cleveland overplayed their hand a little bit, and then when this musical chairs of quarterbacks in the league started rotating, all of a sudden it started spinning so fast. And the compensation that they wanted for Baker Mayfield, I think they overvalued his compensation and what other people in the league thought about him. And all of a sudden, the carousel quit spinning, and there were no chairs, there were no horses left on it. It was over. And so they're not going to give him away, but they will end up trading him for way less than what they wanted for him originally. So his contract this year is for a little over $18 million. And so they're going to end up trading, but they can't just cut him. They can't just give him away. But the compensation that they originally wanted on, because, they sat at the table and held their cards a little too long, and they overplayed their hand is exactly what they did.
There he is. He's Coach Mack. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach.
Guys, we'll start talking draft in April.
Yes.
There you go. There he is. Hashtag Coach Mack. He's not on Twitter. But
it's funny. He said we'll start talking draft in April. I was just talking to Rhett B, and I'm like, I feel like we haven't dove in like we normally do to draft like early, but it's because there's been so many crazy things that have happened in the league already.
Well, I'll tell you how Cleveland protected themselves with regard to Baker Mayfield when we come back. Also, we got into like a little offhand discussion about will people that hate Duke actually cheer for Duke now that it's Coach K's last deal, and do people want to see him go out on top, or is the hate still there? A lot of messages on Twitter from like a 90-second conversation, so we'll dive back into that. 615-737-1045.
The Home Loan Expert just had an amazing contest out there against the corporate lenders, 93-19. Now, Coach, what are your thoughts?
Today we put it all on the court. Great work, great loan options, all that hard work paid off for us.
Darius, amazing performance. You were getting rates that nobody else could touch. How'd you do it?
honestly, we're really coming together as a team, and our process is always streamlined. That's why we take 21 days to close.
Coach, any final thoughts? Go with the lender who's outplaying the rest. Get started
Buck
today.
likes jokes. He also likes flooring projects, and you will too when you call my friends at Buddy Allen Carpet One, locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen, they're great people, and they're in the store every day. They'll be a part of your project and process the entire time. You go to the big box store, when it comes to the installation, they turn you over to a 1-800 number. You have no idea what's going on after that point. But with Buddy Allen Carpet One, you do. They'll be there with you every step of the way. 2405 at Lebanon Pike and Donaldson, 615-883-3289, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
Well, right now, FanDuel Sportsbook is giving new customers a $150 instant bonus guaranteed. That's right. You'll get $150 in bonus site credit. And all you have to do is place your first bet of $5 or more. How you actually bet what is left of this bracket, totally up to you. So you can choose from money line totals, prop bets, and so much more. I know Duke right now, a 4-point favorite over Carolina. I mean, if you guys listen to the show, you know where I'm going on that, right? Duke all day, every day. Let's go. Join FanDuel today with promo code DAWN, DAWN, and you can place your $5 bet to score $150 in bonus site credit guaranteed. That's promo code DAWN on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. You do have to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued. It's non-withdrawable. Site credit expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line. That's 1-800-889-9789.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. I'll tell you how they protected themselves with that Baker Mayfield situation.
How?
Number one, they gave Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed, which we're all like, good grief. You want to talk about risk reward. Like, you still don't know if that guy's going to be suspended and all that. But then think about it. If he is suspended, they only paid him $1 million of that this year. So if they have to keep Baker Mayfield, might not be a bad idea in case Deshaun gets suspended. Then you're only paying $19 million for your quarterback only, but you're paying $19 million for the quarterback position because 18 goes to Baker and 1, that's what Oak said, 18.
Yeah.
18 goes to Baker, 1 goes to Deshaun. So they actually protected themselves in that situation.
So guess what, though? Do you, as Baker, as the way he put it, he wants to be there, this, that, and the other, so feeling some type of way, does Baker, coming off this injury and this surgery to get back right, does he tell them, I kind of want to protect my investment, and I don't really want to play for you guys?
Right.
I'm not healthy enough to play. I don't think I can go right now. Then what does Cleveland do? Y'all go find a third guy?
They're just they're not going to get very much for him. It's like Coach Mack said. They're not going to get what they want.
I thought that was perfect.
Yeah.
They outbidded themselves. They waited too long and outbidded themselves, thinking that and maybe it's like what?
Now wouldn't you just keep him just in case?
I mean, but do you move a guy like that to second string getting paid that much? That's the only thing.
Starters getting $1 million.
You feel what I'm saying?
Second string get 18. Plus, what would he be in the locker room?
Ooh-wee.
Well, you don't know.
I don't know.
No.
His commercials are pretty damn funny.
I love it. I want him to stay there just for that.
Commercials are the best thing about him right now, aren't they?
That's a shame.
The book club one's really funny.
It is bad.
Yeah, that one is good.
Dang,
and that one didn't get as much play as the other ones.
I know, and it should have. It should have gotten more.
You like that one?
She's a good egg, though. She's a good egg.
Then you also put yourself in the bind. What if they come out, the suspension goes through? Let's say he gets suspended 4 games. Let's say Baker says, all right, well, guess what? I'm going to play for what I know, and I'm going to get it. And they go 4-0 in the AFC North.
Then what?
Then what you going to do? You can't let the bankroll sit on.
What you going to do? What you going to do when
they
come for you?
Deshaun can't sit for 2 years. 1 year is already bad enough.
I don't think he gets a year, man.
I'm saying if it's a 4 game. Yeah, if you 4-0, what you gonna do? Take Baker out because y'all 4-0 and say, Deshaun, we got to get you ready.
Hell yeah, you take him out.
You ain't need no question in your mind. No. He ain't played a year, man.
Yeah, but he's Deshaun Watson.
It's just like, okay.
I saw that played in a year.
I saw that dude win games when he didn't have any receivers.
Yeah.
Like,
it's true.
Hopkins was in Arizona. Like, they tried to peel back everything from him.
He was in his groove too then, though.
Gosh, that guy.
He was in his groove.
Maybe he feels better now.
Maybe he's more
refreshed and recharged.
Ooh, that one
it's all
hit,
stretched out.
Ooh, what about TJ Watt and them coming around the corner?
You totally did that on purpose. He's all refreshed and recharged and massaged.
You think he stopped getting massages?
The mayor play on words right there.
Yes.
I didn't do anything.
Which is totally the usual.
Mickey does it all the time.
Hey, man, it's going to be – look at me. I'm froze. With a smile on my face. I'm so happy.
You're frozen.
Look how happy I am.
That's a great shot.
That is a good shot, ain't it?
It's a great shot of Slay.
Oh, I feel good. Maybe I got refreshed and recharged. Right
That's
now.
right.
What Slay is talking about is you can watch the show and look at a very frozen Ron Slay.
And a happy
on Zone
Happy
TV.
Slay. You were kind of off yesterday with your talking about your pants. I felt like you were.
Man.
Threw you off.
It did,
You
Babs.
were shook.
It did, Babs. And then
I'm
guess
glad
what?
you're
You
back.
want to know what's crazier about that? You think I cared about it? I went out to eat. Went out to dinner in them.
Oh.
Just out there in the bell bottoms.
Out there in
out
the
there
world.
on Broadway.
For those that missed yesterday's show, Slay thought he looked good when he left the house. And then he saw himself walk by a large window.
Yeah.
And he realized that he had boot-cut jeans on that didn't work.
They're more bell bottoms.
They would have worked if you had
Boots with
cankles,
the
but
fur.
you have skinny legs.
Yes, I do.
Although, can I just say this? We had Charles Oakley in, right?
Talk to him so Savage can hear you, too.
I asked
Speak loud.
Oakley, Hunk, did you put our picture out yet?
It's there with the 3HL link to the podcast because podcast is also up.
Okay, so you can see this picture. But I asked Oakley, I said, hey, what was your listed height? How tall are you? He was like 6'9". I'm like, oh, okay. Slay's his height.
Mm-hmm.
Like Slay 6'8" Slay is in
right
the
there.
one picture you look taller than
right there.
or you look his height at least.
Talk to him, Babsy.
But we told Oakley that Slay's got a brother who does sports talk radio on this radio station on J. Martin Ramon, who played for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who is short.
Yeah.
He's only 6'6".
Right. Yeah. I'm like, he's significantly shorter.
Which means I'm tiny.
It's funny
6'2".
though. I think just because we're around you so often, Slay, like you forget how big of a human being you are. You
Just get
know,
used to seeing it.
because we're used to seeing you, and I mean, obviously, baby Babs is not used to seeing how big of a human you are. So I get it.
Yeah.
Now that we like saw you next to Oakley, I'm like, man, 6'9" is big. I'm like, shoot, Slay
He's
is
big.
that?
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to tell Moan. I've been trying to tell Savagery that the whole time.
Yeah.
You big, but I'm bigger than you, my man. I might just show him next time. And this my dog, man. I might just push him down when he ain't looking.
No.
Okay, don't do that. Okay.
Who's tougher?
Now see.
Oh, that's a dangerous question.
Yeah, you're going to start
that
something.
man played offensive
Yeah,
line.
interior
NFL.
offensive line.
Hey, that man pushed around some different animals,
There's some
man.
dirty stuff going on in the trenches.
Listen, hey.
In the bigs there.
He got that. I ain't going to say he's tougher than me, though, but you know what I mean?
He's pretty darn tough.
Nah, he Ford tough, yeah.
3HL 1045 The Zone, Brett Doherty, Don Davenport, Ron Slay. What about this? What about this Duke thing? Because I told you, like, I cheer for the story, but I'm trying to figure out what the story is here. Is the better story that Coach K wins and goes out on top, or that he loses? Because I've hated Duke.
It depends on who you ask.
I've hated Duke my entire life. And a lot of people are there. And Don, with all the respect, I love you. You're a Duke fan. That's great. Awesome. I hope, if they win, you're really happy. But I grew up, I didn't like Duke in the Duke-Carolina series. I grew up, I didn't like the Yankees in the Yankees-Red Sox series. I mean, there are just certain ways you go in things, right? And so for me, the better matchup, I think, in the championship game is Duke and Kansas, but there's no way I'm pulling for Duke in that Duke-Carolina game. So I'm conflicted.
Why aren't you pulling for Duke? Just because you hate them? Just because you've grown up as a Duke
I'm a
hater?
hater, Babs. There's nothing you can do about it.
Let me ask.
It's an emotional sports fan thing. There's nothing you can do about it.
So this is what I want to know.
God.
Yoro
strong.
And Babsy.
Yes.
I forgot a little bit. Just a little bit, because it's right there.
You went Jack Handy again. Deep thoughts.
Deep thoughts.
Oh,
Ron
I got it.
I literally saw the light bulb.
I got it. Which is the greatest story and which lasts longer? North Carolina knocking them off
twice.
Second time.
Dude, how scared
in
are
the
you?
semifinal game.
Because you'll never hear the end of it from Carolina.
I mean,
you already won't.
Never.
You already won't.
Tyler Hansbrough is already talking smack, and he played 20 years ago for Carolina, and he's still talking smack about that. Oh, yeah, that's
Let's
how
ask
they
Todd Fuhrman about
sit
this.
Coach K out.
Fuhrman?
Carolina and Duke, Fuhrman. I mean, we saw what happened in
No. Hold on, Yor. Fuhrman, put some mustard on that sandwich before you put the bread on it, and make sure that crow got his mouth closed so you don't get stuck in the jaw when you bite down on that crow. I told you what was going to happen. Fuhrman?
In which regard are we going here, Slay? You're going so far off the rails. I can't remember what I ate for lunch about an hour ago, let alone we talked about on this program 7 days ago.
I told you what was going to happen when, who was it, North Carolina? No, I can't even remember.
Slay doesn't even know.
Slay, you can't remember.
Because I know.
No. Here it is.
I want to get back at you so bad. I can't even remember.
I've got it. You said Fuhrman, Gonzaga by double digits.
That's what it was.
Slay said Arkansas would win.
That's what it was. That's right.
Then I give Slay credit. I couldn't have been more wrong. And when Gonzaga built that 8-point lead in the first half, things really started to unravel very quickly for them. To Arkansas's credit, they got in their face, they defended, they took advantage of their ability to get to the rim. And I think what you saw on full display there, of course, reliving a week ago, was the difference between Andrew Nembhard as the primary guard versus what they got out of Suggs in the run to the national championship game. They just couldn't hit those 6 to 8 footers, and it made things a lot easier for Arkansas to extend their defense on the perimeter.
I love the mayor. I love the mayor. So what I'm going to do right now, Todd, while they talk to you, I'm going to put my feet up and put my king hat on.
He does have a literal crown now.
Because I'm the king.
It's got like jewels and everything. All
and
right,
address me as such.
So Duke, Carolina, how do you go about a rivalry so intense like this and now a Final Four and a trip to the championship game on the line?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. These two teams have played 258 times in their illustrious history, and they've never had greater stakes than what we're going to see Saturday night in prime time. And this is what you live for as far as college sports are concerned. The tournament is great when you get Cinderella stories like St. Peter's, but you want the biggest names and the biggest brands doing battle with so much to play for. And it's fascinating to think that the last image that we saw of North Carolina and Duke was Coach K, tail between his legs, apologizing to the fans at Cameron Indoor, and lo and behold, a chance for redemption in this kind of spot where nobody will remember the game where North Carolina wins outright, leading box to wire as a double-digit underdog, if Duke is able to clip Carolina in this spot and punch their ticket to the national championship on Monday. I think when you look at this Duke team, what I've been most impressed about this tournament is they're actually committing to playing defense, and they hadn't shown that throughout the course of most of their ACC schedule. They definitely didn't in the conference tournament, going from man-to-man, utilizing some zone. The one interesting thing in this spot as well, so much of what North Carolina does offensively is predicated on getting second-chance points and offensive rebounds. Duke won't be intimidated in that department. You look at the rebounding margins in the first two games, and it was nothing to write home about. So I think this is where Carolina's guards have to step up, raise their level of play, because from a star power standpoint, advantage Duke.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So what do you think about the 4? Because, I want North Carolina to win this game, but from a betting perspective, I don't think that's enough points. So I would go Duke minus the 4.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the numbers here, there's no doubt the price feels a little bit short, given the fact that Duke closed an 11.5 point favorite at Cameron Indoor, no more than a month ago. So
right.
Accounting for current form and everything else, I'm not sure it warrants a 7 to 7.5 point adjustment like we're seeing in the betting market. But at the same time, there was an appetite from professional bettors to take North Carolina on the buy at from 4.5 out to 5. For me, if I'm looking to get involved and I want to make a case for the favorite here, I'd probably lower my risk factor and play Duke on the money line more so than laying the points. So if you typically bet $11 to win 10 on Duke minus 4, maybe in this spot you're putting up $9 to win 5, betting Duke just to win outright and move on. I've sold North Carolina short in a lot of the tournament. I really thought they'd have their hands full against UCLA. That wasn't the case. And then they got a walkover more or less against St. Peter's. But they did something in that game that Kentucky and Purdue couldn't. They took advantage of a team that didn't have the size. They didn't let Cinderella hang around, and they really put their foot on the throat before the first 4-minute media timeout.
Todd Fuhrman, our guy in Vegas, with us on 3HL. So what do you do to your power numbers with a team like Villanova going into a Final Four matchup against a Kansas team we all just saw explode in the second half against Miami, minus their second leading scorer? How does that change how you look at that?
It's definitely an adjustment. Justin Moore, a key contributor for a team that doesn't go real deep in their rotation to begin with. Tough to replace that kind of leadership, that kind of production out there. But you see, obviously, his absence reflected in this number that probably would have been Kansas in that 1.5 range. Number opened 3.5 in a lot of shops, immediately ticked out to 4.5. I'm curious to see if you get a different school of thought as we get closer to game day. But when you dig into Nova and what they've been so effective in doing this tournament, it has nothing to do with their offensive prowess. It's all been about playing defense. And that goes all the way back to the Big East Conference Championship game where they outlasted Creighton 54-48. Jay Wright's team likes to take the air out of the ball. They're one of the more methodical teams in the country as far as pace. And I think a team that normally takes about 20 seconds off the shot clock before they put up their first shot, you could see that extend even further given how well Kansas has defended the perimeter. Kansas will have a little bit of an edge inside, and I think it's important for Nova that they're committed on that defensive side and they can hold teams. The first 4 teams that they've played, well below their season averages, they're going to have to do that again because if Kansas gets to 70, I just don't think Nova has the horses to get there.
At Todd Fuhrman on Twitter, if you have a question for him. I've got another one. With the legalization of sports gambling spreading, Todd, you've always talked about maybe the best time if you've never done it before to go to Vegas is opening weekend of March Madness. Has Vegas been affected by the legalization of sports gambling spreading?
No, record handle numbers, and it continues to get bigger and bigger. Regardless of where you live in the country, it's still a much different experience when you come out to Las Vegas for some of the marquee events. going to your local sports bars in Nashville aren't going to rival what kind of energy and excitement you'll see in the sports book, because the difference here, I know there's a lot more people that have money in play and a little bit of skin in the game. When you go into a book, nobody is there as a casual observer. Whether it's a $5 bet, whether it's a $5,000 bet, they're rooting for some particular outcome, and Vegas has not experienced any sort of negative impact from it. Now, that may change when California ultimately gets their act together, and a lot of the folks that flood Las Vegas from Southern California stay home for some of these marquee events. But for now, we are still, I like to think of ourselves as a sports gambling mecca. And what's interesting about it, with some news that broke earlier today, apparently live sports not going away in Vegas anytime soon, with proposed plans for another 20,000-seat arena, which will be a little bit off the Strip.
Yeah, billion-dollar basketball arena just south of the Strip. And Oakview Group CEO says the arena will be world-class. Should the NBA decide to come, we certainly will be NBA ready. And there's another one, I think, in the works. So
that All-Star game did it, boy.
Yeah, you'll have plenty of things to do out there. Not that you don't already. Thank you, Todd. Great stuff, man. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, guys. Enjoy the game.
Todd, drink some water.
I do what I can, Slay. No promises, but I do what I can.
Why you need him to hydrate?
Because I just need him to be able to swallow the crow. Crow gets stuck in your throat. It'd be tough on you.
Titans out and about.
I love that Slay's right once.
Hey, man,
Todd, and
plus,
he's like,
plus he threw a shot at me last week, and I wasn't even prepared for it.
He did.
He's right once. He puts a crown on, puts his feet up, and then goes to sleep.
Yep.
Tells him to drink some water on the way out. When we come back, the Titans out and about watching a tight end, also at a pro day. We've got that for you next. Serial 104.5 The Zone.
I like it. I like it. Hey, even if you might have thought about moving, it's really hard right now, right? There's very little inventory out there. Prices are crazy high. Rates are moving up. So how about a better idea here? My friends at Loan Pronto, refinance your current home, turn all that equity you have into cash, and then you just totally transform your house and don't worry about moving. Maybe you want a new kitchen, a new bathroom. You want to add a bathroom. Maybe you want to add a pool in the backyard. Loan Pronto is awesome. They're the leaders in fast and easy home refis. They can help you unlock that equity you have and do some amazing things. Your home value's up. So instead of wasting all of that on an overpriced new house, convert your equity into cash and a home makeover. One local couple did it. They got $200,000 out, added new hardwoods, an outdoor living space, a swimming pool, a spa, all new cabinets and appliances, plus a home office. And now all of a sudden they have their dream home and they never had to move. Loan Pronto can help you do the same. Ask about their home improvement refi and give your home a total makeover. LoanPronto.com is the website, and the phone number is 615-499-5780. You could skip your next house payment in the process. 615-499-5780. loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
3HL 104.5, The Zone. Winds are howling out there. In advance of a line of storms coming through.
I went to Vanderbilt football this morning, and I thought it was going to be hot, high of 79. I have like a little thin sweater on. Those winds made it chilly, and they're only getting worse.
Yeah, the high was 80. It was supposed to be 82. I didn't pay attention, but the warmer weather.
It's 81 right now.
Yeah, the warmer weather closer to the storms does not do us any favors. So NOAA Weather Radio, which is one of the things that people tell you to listen to make sure you have access to, is down because of the winds, and there's no timetable for when it will be up. So you need to find a different way to, if you utilize that system, you need to find a different way to get your information. I like Twitter because
that's terrible timing.
I like National Severe Weather, so I'm Nash Severe WX guy on Twitter at Nash Severe WX. So I utilize those guys. They work really hard and do a great job. There's a line of storms coming, and the possibility for tornadoes is there, but maybe even more likely straight line winds, which can be very, very dangerous as well. So
I know most
head on a
of
swivel
your,
today.
Yes, head on a swivel. What are we looking at? About 7 o'clock, I think 6, 7 o'clock is when you need to kind of take notice. Supposedly they're going to move fast, but along the alert system, if you go to like your city's like government website, like I think it's BrentwoodTN.gov for Brentwood. I think it's the same. It's something similar for Smyrna, Murfreesboro. But if you go there, they have a section where you can sign up for local weather alerts, since your NOAA radio is not going to work.
Yep. Pretty cool. Yeah. So head on a swivel. We will. This line of storms has produced tornado warnings, so we will keep you updated while we're here until 6 o'clock. 615-737-1045. Let's see. Titans had the director of player personnel and their tight ends coach at Colorado State's pro day today. Tight end Trey McBride is the number one guy, according to a lot of people. His workout, he ran the 40 in a range from 4.52 to 4.56, I think, and then ran again 4.61-ish, according to Tony Pauline. They were also
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's all right, right there.
It was faster than anticipated, is what the story was. J-Rob reportedly at Tennessee's pro day.
Yeah. So I'm working out with Matthew Butler and
Titans personnel. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's always nice to be in Vol Country. You never know what you're going to find. You know what I mean? Diamonds in the rough like Trey Smith was wandering around up here.
Well, I think everybody kind of knew what he was. You just didn't know if you wanted to take the risk medically.
It's funny.
What, you just took the words right out of my mouth. Huh? We probably going to say different things.
Well, with him, I kept wondering about myself and my fandom. And I'm like, am I looking at this too closely, or do I understand what I know and that Trey Smith is a mauler? Mm-hmm. And while the Titans were drafting, because in like day 2, 3, you get into the weekend, we're doing travel baseball, all that stuff. So I'm following on Twitter, and I'm looking at every pick, and Trey Smith's still out there, and I'm like, this is the pick they're going to take. Mm-hmm. Because that's your 13, 14-year guy, all pro at guard. Wouldn't that be nice right about now?
Oh, my goodness, would it be nice?
They're still looking for a left guard.
And the funny thing to that, to like what Babs just said, like you didn't know what he was going to do because of the medical part of it. But the Titans got a history of not knowing what's going to happen with the medical part of it.
They usually love that guy. Yeah.
Jeffrey Simmons.
They love that guy.
I mean, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's the
that's a good
funniest part.
But it was such a. Now I think there was like one or two. I think there's only like one or two players in the NFL that have the same like blood clotting, whatever disorder. And I remember his junior year when they like first found it and they were trying to figure out how they were going to make it work. And then he was back, for his final year, and they had really figured it out, and they had said, but like that junior year, he never practiced.
Right.
So because they were trying to manage it, and like, how do you take him off the medication for him to play on Saturdays to make it safe? You know what I mean? So they were kind of navigating what works for him and his condition. Yeah. And I don't know, obviously I don't know all the details, but I think that's what scared teams away.
They overthought it.
They overthought it, the danger of it. And what they didn't realize is how far that Trey and his medical team had come the following year for him to safely be able to compete.
And so that's my thing. Like, if Babs, you have a problem and it's a situation with basketball and you know me, why wouldn't you pick up the phone knowing that you got my number? Like, you really can be, hey, Slay, what's up?
Yeah.
The Titans can really be like, hey, UT, what's up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's right down the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But there's still an inherent, larger risk of the safety for him.
Totally get it.
Yeah.
But if they understand you've navigated it and the doctor team understands it, and we're going to put our doctors with your doctors, hey, y'all talk about it. And if their doctors came back from that situation, we're like, hey, I ain't sure if we need to do this.
Which
then
might
I
have
understand
been,
that.
might have been the case.
And that could have been the case.
I don't know, but here's the thing. Everything's risk reward, right? Like, so if you're taking a risk on Trey Smith, everything I was told from people in that world was he is a first-round talent. But because of this, I think he'll be a mid-round guy. Well, he wasn't. He slid all the way to 6.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're drafting rotational cornerback. You hope he's a rotational cornerback.
That's all I'm
That's
saying.
a bigger risk
That's
than what Trey Smith was going to be. That guy's going to get paid. I've never seen an offensive lineman down the draft dominate and maul people from day one.
Yeah.
Like that guy.
With no question.
Everybody missed on him. Everybody.
I totally agree. And that's exactly
including
what
the
I'm
Chiefs.
saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Until they didn't.
Yeah, until they didn't. And that's like we're not talking about the Dez Fitzpatrick pick or the Dylan Radins pick. We're not talking about them. We're talking about after them rounds.
Or some quarterback you think has like a 5% chance
You know what
of
I'm
making
saying?
a roster.
You know what I'm saying? And this is no knock. And I know this could be different. But we're not talking about a guy like Rashad Weaver who still got stuff stemming. You know what I'm saying? With the things he went through in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like, you still took him. So I don't know. I don't know. And I could be biased. But this is one thing I will say, too. You know what you see. You've been around sports long enough to know what you see when you see something. So when you just saying, Mayor, am I biased in this situation because I watched him and he went to UT? Yeah, but it's listen, you know a dog when you see a dog. If the dog can stand up on 2 legs or a bear, grab him. That's what Coach Mack said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grabbing every bear I see.
And here's the deal. He still dominated without practicing ever that year.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was practicing for the Chiefs because we all saw the damn video before the season started.
Right.
We're like, uh-oh.
All right.
Yep.
Here we go.
Right.
And it's funny because, like, Tennessee guy, SEC people, they knew.
All right.
Nobody in that world was surprised that this guy was out there doing this. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. 5 o'clock hour coming up next. Stay tuned to 1045 The Zone.
Graham's Living, third-generation family business, been serving Nashville for almost 25 years. I remember, 15, 16 years ago when I had just moved here, and I went to Graham's to get lighting for my townhome that I had just bought when I moved here. So they were around then, and they were amazing then, and they're hard to believe, but they're even better now. So they are best known for that, their extensive inventory of luxury lighting, but that is not all they offer. They also offer stylish hardware and beautiful outdoor furniture. And I know this because we just did a big backyard renovation, added a pool, and I needed outdoor furniture to go around that pool. And a lot of places that I was looking, there was nothing in stock, and I wouldn't get it for a really long time. Well, Graham's Living has a large selection of inventory in stock, a lot of ready-to-ship items, and that makes them an ideal destination for all of your outdoor furnishing needs and all of your home lighting. If you walk in their showroom, it's beautiful. But if you walk out back, you'll find one of the area's largest collections of high-end outdoor furniture. Brands like Summer Classics and Lane Venture. They've got umbrellas, fire pits, anything else you need to complete your backyard retreat. Go check them out. 244 Cool Springs Boulevard. That's in Franklin, Tennessee. Visit the showroom. Treat yourself to the Grams living experience.
If you're looking to move up in the NFL draft, there's a team that says that they're willing to trade. Good evening, I'm Joe Honk. That team would be the Detroit Lions at number 2. Yesterday during the NFL annual meetings, Lions general manager Brad Holmes said that they are open to talking to anybody that would like that number 2 spot. The Grizzlies are on the road tonight in San Antonio to take on the Spurs. Tip-off is going to be at 7:30. You'll be able to watch that on Bally Sports South. Right now, Grizzlies holding firm in that number 2 seed for the Western Conference. The Spurs, on the other hand, right now, they are the number 10 seed. Remember the play-in game and the play-in games that go on in the Western and Eastern Conference during the playoffs. Right now, the Spurs hold the tiebreaker over the Lakers, and the number 1 rated Tennessee Volunteers are currently on the field playing at Western Carolina. That game is in the second over in Knoxville, and the Vols currently lead 3-0. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Getting dark out there. Brent Doherty with you. Hump day. Hey, Friday, we're going to be at Vanderbilt.
Yes.
Outside the ticket booth.
Hey.
Vandy, Tennessee coming up this weekend. I saw Tennessee was up 3-0 in the first inning. It's probably beyond that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Vanderbilt also playing today. So that Vandy, Tennessee series, that's going to be something else, man. Like, Vandy has been good for a long time, and we're used to it and all that.
No question.
But now Tennessee's ranked number 1, and they're coming in there into the Hawk. Tennessee wants it bad. Vandy wants it bad. Vandy wants to shut up the new money, right?
Ooh,
like,
yeah.
old money wants to shut up the new money.
And guess what I want to shut up? Should I make this announcement now or just wait?
I mean, might as well.
I'm looking for the whistler. That's who I'm looking for.
Oh,
Listen,
we got something new going on.
Listen, the Whistler came to a Buffalo Wild Wings show, and he couldn't have been nicer.
No, great dude, without question.
Yep. And so Whistler.
But
we're like putting a bat signal out there. Whistler, we need you on the show on Friday. Now,
stop that.
Okay,
Stop it.
My bad.
You just got
Y'all
yelled
went
at.
now.
Even Honk yelled at you.
Y'all
Honk
went
doesn't
at
yell
me.
at anybody.
Vanderbilt football coach Clark Lee is set to join us live from the broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's throwing out the first pitch, by the way.
Ooh.
So we can find out. I actually went to practice this morning and checked in on the Commodores.
How are things going over there, Babsy?
I have a little care package for you.
Oh,
and
really?
Mayor from Coach Lee.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. And he does expect that you utilize this care package from him on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
well, Slave's wearing black right now.
Yeah, but this ain't got nothing to do with them.
You need a hat? We can get you a hat.
I got one on.
I mean, the one that has the V on it.
I got a 3HL one on. I feel real comfortable wearing. I'm just saying, like, what is in this care package, Babs?
I mean, I guess you're going to have to wait till I deliver it to you.
And then
I
wear
have it in my
Is
possession.
it clothing?
I don't know.
Well, let me say this.
It's a whistle.
Whatever it may be. Yeah, I'm looking for him. But let me say this. Whatever it may be, I give my word I'm going to utilize it.
What? And you don't even know what it is.
I don't know what it is, but listen, I'm
it.
telling y'all right now, man. Listen,
Wait, that could be taken a couple of different ways.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You got to cipher through it. I love our Vandy people, man. Y'all know I love y'all. Now, in the spirit of competition, I could care less what y'all do.
But it's like Vandy
when
fan.
Y'all play us.
Vandy fan it's like every other fan base. Vandy fan has a lot of close friends that might be UT fans.
You know
but
what
they
I mean?
don't expect them, like they don't expect themselves to put on orange.
Come on, man. I'm gonna invite you to the, you know what I mean, to the get together or to the wedding or whatever, but that don't mean you're gonna be sitting in the front row. Come on, man. You might just have to hang out in the reception area while we doing our thing, you know what I mean? We'll come get you in a little while. Just hang in the waiting room.
You're on the B list?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Ain't that but you on the list. You on the list.
You're on the list.
Yeah, you my people. I gotta mess with you from a distance. You got some baggage with you. I don't really Can't
Are
really
you
rock
saying
with
that
you.
Vanderbilt has baggage?
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Their bags really just sitting there. They ain't never really been checked. You know what I mean? I want them on the flight. I want them to get on the flight. I don't know what they got. Babs, you told me when we went through the airport. The greatest thing you can do right now is get on, what's the little list that Babs is on? When she just get to ride straight through easy.
Yeah.
TSA pre-check.
Yeah. See, they ain't got that.
We still beat her through sometimes.
We still do because we know the route to go. You know what I mean? But Vandy, they
That's
back
just
there.
Nashville. That's because Nashville is on their game.
I mean, hey, Vandy.
You wouldn't have beat me through on Friday, let me tell you that.
That's true, but Vandy won't never beat you through. How about that?
Oh, my God.
I mean, you
Started.
throw it up. I got what I'm supposed to do.
Clark
with it.
Lee's going to come by. I'm really anxious to see what you're wearing on Friday.
Listen, man, that's my guy. I told y'all that from the get-go, man. I mess with Clark Lee. I love what they do.
Who paid for this remote is my question.
Uh-oh.
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know the answer either.
Slay, you're supposed to be showing love to whoever paid for the
Hey,
remote.
man, and guess what? I rock with them. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, though. You know, when it comes to it,
personally.
you feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know what you're walking into, man. You can't walk into the lion's den and you dripping with blood and you think I ain't going to eat.
Oh, my gosh.
I did a mayor.
That's like a
That sounds
mayor
like
graphic
I did it to my dog. My dog looked out
They're
for me
number
earlier
11
today.
in the country. They're not like a wounded animal
I mean,
right now.
you're right. I mean, there's some people are number
They
one,
did lose
but what you
2
want
out
to
of
do?
3 to South Carolina, who's awful.
I mean, who's number one?
Who Tennessee swept.
Who's number one?
It's early.
Who's number
Early
one?
in the season.
I only got one question. Who's number one? Because I don't know. I don't follow it that much. That's what I'm saying.
Tennessee's number one.
Oh, what?
Just number one across like every single top 25.
Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
just they are. I just looked at it.
In
yesterday.
baseball?
Yeah, baseball. Yeah.
And we got to go out there Friday?
Yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
supposed to be cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's Trash Talk Friday.
Oh, this ought to be good.
We never had Trash Talk Friday around the Tennessee Vandy baseball.
Oh, this ought to be good. Are we going to be anywhere near the field?
No, we're in
We
the
are on
plaza.
the concourse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see the field?
Well, I mean, you can get.
I mean,
it's right there.
you'll have to like get out of your chair and walk probably 20 steps.
Yeah,
but
it's not like the Bristol Motor Speedway.
I mean, it's not
right
like it's
there.
this massive like stadium. That's why tickets are going for what, $250 a pop?
Will I have access to the field?
No,
They're keeping me off the field.
I'm keeping you off the field.
Montella might let you on the field.
Ha ha. Ha ha.
What a sinister laugh that is.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I know what I'm going to get. I'm going to go to the nearest Goodwill, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to be wearing.
Oh, dear.
I'll let y'all take a guess.
I have no idea.
I'm going to the closest Goodwill. You hear me? I'm finding me the biggest fox fur that I can get. What they wearing? Leopard? What they wearing up at UT? Fox? What they wearing? They wearing something about snort 1-0. Long snort too. What they wearing? What's the jacket they wearing? Hunk, you know it. You on top of the baseball.
It's a fur coat is what you're talking
I don't
about.
know.
I mean, it's probably not fur.
It's out there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I ain't even got to go get no coat. I'll go get a shawl. Ain't that what you call it, ladies?
Yes.
The shawl. I'll go. If anybody can find me an old fox or something shawl, I'm going to put it on. That's what I'm going to do with my show on Friday. Trash Talk Friday. That's right. Vandy, thank you. Thank you. Whoever. Let me just, hold on. Here we go. I know what to do. Hey, let me tell you this, Vandy. Let me tell you this. I want to thank whoever brought us out. You couldn't have had better timing in your life. You understand that? Then bringing us out to the Hawk, what they call it?
Yeah.
what the
Hawkins Field, yeah. The Hawkins.
they got a little noise, a little noise or something they do.
I don't think so.
Okay,
No,
just
it's
the
the
Hawk.
Whistler. The Whistler's the noise.
Okay, he the noise, and y'all bringing us to the Hawk when the number one team in America is coming. And it just so happened to be a university that I'm so proud of.
Listen,
I'll tell you what.
I'm about to pull a Lucas Panzica.
What?
I think Vanderbilt's primed in this one.
Oh.
Can I get back on the
knocked
bus
him
now that
off
he
the
said that?
Here we go.
Can I get back on? Can I take his seat?
Man, this.
I don't have another team, huh?
Yeah, you just
Not
say
like
what
I'm
you
going to go
think.
root for Carson Newman or something.
I would
Hey,
never
man.
say Alabama's going to win.
Hey, it's just Wednesday. But I just think, like, Tennessee's riding high. They're ranked number 1 in the country. They haven't been there before. Here they go to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt just lost to a team they shouldn't have lost to 2 out of 3 times.
Atmosphere's going to be nuts.
I'm going to be nuts.
It's prime.
Who can they get before they play the number 1 team in the nation on Friday? Who did they play before?
Is there a betting line on this?
Because I'm taking it. I don't care what it is. I'm taking it.
College baseball?
Can you bet on college baseball?
I will find out. I'll find out.
I'm not.
And I'll put a dime on it.
I know you can College World Series.
I'm putting a dime on it in my shawl.
Listen.
And I might even go get the little gloves. You know the little old lady gloves that they wear that come up to about right here?
Oh, the white gloves?
Yeah, awesome pink ones.
Or pink.
And then if it get out of hand, I'll take it off and slap the whistler since everybody can slap people and ain't nobody going to get in trouble.
Okay.
That's too much?
You might get in trouble.
That's a no.
Okay.
That's also a no.
I can't go that far.
That's a stop it.
Red light is on.
That is a stop it.
Jim Carrey said he would have sued Will Smith for $200 million.
Did you guys hear those comments?
He slapped the right guy, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
But you made a good point before the show. If Chris Rock going to take that slap, that means that he's going in on Will Smith, and there's not going to be anything that Will Smith can do. By the way, the internet is undefeated.
Oh, never loses.
There was a viral video going around when Will Smith was on the Arsenio Hall show where he made fun of Arsenio Hall's bass player because he was bald.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. And when the crowd groaned, he goes, "Come on, it's just jokes."
See, that's why you got to be. Hey, that's what I'm saying. You got to be careful.
There's always something to the story.
You got
Better
to
be perfect if you're going. What is it? The Stones Glass House? Thing?
Yeah.
Daniel on Twitter at the RHL 1045. Slay is on one today, and I'm here for it.
I mean, and guess what, Daniel? I ain't even doing this. I mean, this is just like the Oak Tree said. Listen, I'm on the court, off the court. This is me, and I just feel like, and I'm froze again. Look at
frozen
me.
again. We will go to the phones when we come back. Vandy Vols, Vandy, Slay's 40 time.
Ooh, what's going on?
And also, Todd Fuhrman said something I disagreed with, but we were up against a break and he was on a roll, so I just let it go. But now I'll take him to task when he's not here. I would if he was. He said if Duke wins on Saturday, no one will remember their last loss to UNC. I completely disagree with that. Hunk put that quote out on Twitter. People are disagreeing with that. UNC fans never going to let Duke hear the end of beating Coach K in his last game at Cameron Indoor. They are never going to allow that to happen. Just wait if they beat him in the Final Four. 615-737-1045.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. High interest rate credit cards starting to build up? Is it time to make some home remodeling projects a reality? Well, our average client received over $54,000 with a simple cash-out refinance. What would you do with an extra $54,000? Let's get the process started today. Apply online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
We always talk about how much we love local businesses around here. How about Graham's Living? Third generation family business, been serving the Nashville community for almost 25 years. I know I went to him like 15 years ago to get lighting when I had first moved to town for my townhouse. And I remember walking into Graham's Living and just being amazed at how beautiful their showroom is. So get this though. They don't just offer luxury, amazing home lighting. They also offer beautiful outdoor furniture and stylish hardware. So we have redone our backyard. We put a pool in. I needed some outdoor furniture, and I was finding that it was going to take a really long time at a bunch of places for me to get said outdoor furniture. Not at Graham's. Graham's Living, large selection of inventory of in-stock, ready-to-ship items. That makes them obviously an ideal destination for you for all your home lighting and your outdoor furnishing needs. But one of the best things about doing business with Graham's Living, their desire and their commitment to service. And poor Nick, I text him and email him 8 million times to get different fabric samples and all of that. But let me tell you, their knowledgeable and friendly team offers you the best of both worlds. From the minute you walk in, their in-house design team, free delivery locally, and everyone I've come into contact with at Graham's is just a pleasure to work with. let them help you. Tennessee's premier source for on-trend lighting, luxury outdoor living, stylish hardware. Trust Graham's Living to make your home vision a reality. 244 Cool Springs Boulevard in Franklin, Tennessee. Visit the showroom and treat yourself to the Graham's Living experience.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Hit us on Twitter at 3HL 1045. Is Duke the most hated sports team out there? And if that's true, what does that make you feel, Dawn? Does that make you feel more?
Not.
Does that make you feel more pride in your Dukies? That they're the most hated team out? They're definitely one of them. They're definitely one of the most hated teams out there.
I think we will be able to come up with a top 10.
I mean, Yankees and Duke. Back in the day, it was Notre Dame.
Don't leave Alabama out now where they are now. Can't leave them out now. Not football.
Kentucky basketball, too?
Yeah.
The teams that win
right
a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly.
They right up there, too. I don't think UCLA is.
Nah.
I guess maybe because they haven't won in so long.
And they're in the West.
But when you talk about Blue Bloods,
Are you talking about basketball? Just only
I think
basketball?
I was talking the whole sports realm. But
Yeah.
Ohio
Well, I guess
State.
you said Yankees, yeah.
I mean, to me, Yankees
Lakers
and
and
Duke are
Celtics.
the two most hated.
Cowboys. Cowboys may be
Cowboys.
top 3.
Cowboys are up there. America's team.
See, I don't think Cowboys are up there.
Ooh, Babsy.
I think a lot of people hate
I
them.
think they don't. Yeah.
I think a lot of people love the Cowboys.
Well, a lot of people love them.
Yeah.
They're loved and hated.
I think a lot of people love Duke.
Yeah, which is crazy because it's not like their alumni base is massive or anything. It's a
Mm-hmm.
really small school.
My boy Matt just texted, hate them.
All of them. Everybody your name.
615-737-1045. Let's see. Luke sent me a message on Facebook. And
Uncle Luke?
He said, I don't know. Saturday will be the 100th game between Duke and North Carolina since Coach K took over as head coach at Duke. In those 99 games,
Here we go.
Duke has 50 wins. North Carolina has 49 wins.
Isn't that crazy?
They could go 50-50
to end it.
And North Carolina could win the last home game at Cameron Indoor for Mike Krzyzewski and could knock him out of his last tournament in the Final Four. In the first time they've ever played in the NCAA tournament. That still blows my mind.
That's tough.
That they haven't played. That just means the tournament committee always puts them on opposite sides, right? Like they just don't get to the championship game the same year.
But
because they're both always in the dang Final Four.
I think Jay Williams made a comment. I meant to bring it up yesterday with you guys talking about this is the greatest. This would be the. I ain't gonna get it wrong. I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. Y'all go ahead.
You're gonna look it up first,
Yeah,
aren't
I'm gonna
you?
go get it because
I'm
I
gonna
don't want to
go
get it wrong.
and let the people,
really
the good
good.
people out there know that they can watch the show on Zone TV, Twitter, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
So if you've listened in your car and then you get home and you want further escape from your family, you can, go into a room, shut the door, and watch the show. And then we're off at 6. You can go back
Not
to.
that we're advocating that you should escape from your family.
No, I'm totally
just-
advocating for that.
Okay.
Yes. Because at 6 o'clock, then you can go out and be, family man or lady.
Family man.
Or family lady. Brett Batzler, who works here on YouTube. Tennessee and is first in baseball, 5th in the country in men's tennis, 20th in men's golf. Plenty of ammunition for Trash Talk Friday. Vandy currently 3rd in men's golf. Oh, so we're going golf trash talk. This is where we are?
Okay,
Wow.
well, Brett played golf.
Oh, that's right. He's
that's
really
right,
good.
BB,
He's our
yeah.
ringer.
Yeah.
At the Zone Golf Tournament, which is coming up April 25th, 1045thezone.com.
So I can't find it, but it was something similar to what JJ Redick said. JJ
I got a
Redick
lot
also said
done
it.
while you were looking for whatever you were looking
That's
for.
because you're the Euro.
Problem
And
is,
then
I
he
didn't
couldn't
know,
find it.
I didn't know
Yeah.
if the camera was froze again or if he was just sitting there like that and sitting so still.
He said something similar to Jay Williams. JJ Redick did, and the reason I wanted to touch on this, he said Duke and UNC is the greatest rivalry in sports, and the reason that I wanted to touch on it because Jay Williams said the same thing. Outside of people that played for Duke or have attachment to Duke or people that played for Carolina or had an attachment to Carolina, yes. I don't think, I mean, like, I watch it, but I don't really care. You know what I'm saying?
Carolina Duke?
Yeah. I mean,
I love it. I don't
What do you
miss
mean
it.
you don't really care?
I mean, like, it's not the greatest rivalry ever in sports.
It's pretty damn good.
I didn't
it's
say
one of-
that. I
it's
didn't
one
say
of
that.
them.
I didn't say that. It said it. No, see, that's where y'all got to listen. Duke UNC is the THE greatest rivalry in sports, meaning numero uno.
Right. I think it's debatable. That's a fair
I
debate.
don't agree with that.
What?
Red Sox, Yankees,
I
Auburn,
think
Alabama.
Lakers, Celtics is better than that.
Lakers,
I think Boston.
Celtics.
I think the Red Sox, Yankees is better
Michigan,
than that.
Celtics, no.
Michigan, Ohio State.
What?
100% no.
Oh, stop it, Babsy.
No,
Stop
no.
it. No, stop it.
So you're going to tell me that Lakers Celtics the players actually play defense during those games? No.
Yes, it doesn't match
no.
up when it's on the line for them, like it's on the line for them. So it's difficult.
When it's on the line.
But so this is different because they only play minimum a minimum 2 times each year.
Who?
Duke and UNC.
No, not necessarily. Sometimes
I mean,
it's
okay,
3.
the tournament. All right,
tournament.
but
Today
that's what I'm saying.
today
So
it's 4.
if you put a Lakers versus Celtics in a finals, because that's the way it'll be comparable, because there got to be something on the line. It ain't no comparison to
No,
me.
if you have to say that there has to be something on the line, that doesn't
There's
count.
always something on the line when Duke and UNC plays, so it does count.
There's always something on the line. Yeah, like a win in the rivalry.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But you can't tell me that that's how the Celtics.
Nah,
Who did you even say?
Man,
Celtics,
you go back
Lakers.
to the history.
Back in the day, I give you
No,
Celtics.
ain't no
Lakers.
back in the day, all the way up to Paul Pierce and Kobe and them too.
No, I'm
Man,
with
y'all
Don
crazy.
now. I'm
Y'all
with Don
crazy.
now.
Y'all is crazy. Y'all crazy, man. Man, ain't nobody really. Man. If you put the Lakers in the final zone and you put Duke and UNC on, man, y'all better keep that game. Tell me what happened in them little 40 minutes, man. Give me this game.
No
man,
way.
Y'all crazy, man.
I can't believe you're trying to come
Red Auburn.
Celtics and Lakers.
Come on, Pat Riley.
I can't believe
Come
that
on,
you're
y'all.
trying to
Phil
compare
Jackson.
that
Come on, y'all.
to Duke,
Stop.
Carolina.
Yeah,
Y'all
I mean,
stop.
I'll go with you, old school, but
Stop.
now, like, I can't even tell you more than 3 players on each team.
I mean, Charles Oakley sat here on our show basically and was like, "Yeah, I don't really watch
Yeah, you don't really
NBA
watch.
that much."
Yeah, I told you the same thing. I don't watch it during the year either. I told you the same
during
thing.
the year. They don't care. That means it's
Until
not a rivalry.
it matters.
Every
Playoffs.
single Duke Carolina game matters, and it doesn't matter if
Because
both
they only
teams
play
suck.
2 times, Babsy. They only play 2
Peyton
times.
says Notre Dame, Miami in football back in the day, Catholics versus convicts.
Yeah, but we talking about this that carries on though. Carries
right,
on.
that's where
Yeah.
that's where
If
you
we talking
lose.
about arrows or something, that's different.
Carolina.
That's
Like-
where you lose me on Celtics.
Man,
Lakers.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not. Baycott don't move me, and Paolo don't move me like going to see LeBron versus Jason Tatum in the finals. Y'all are crazy. I'm
Stephen
sorry.
A. Smith
I'm
just walked
sorry.
in.
No, Ron Slay is talking. Damn, Stephen A. I'm talking. Man, no, sir. Leaky Black. That was y'all finna come with. That's the game on the line y'all want to see. Leaky Black versus what's the little guard? Keel? What's his name? How you say his name? The little linebacker guy that plays
the
for
little
Duke.
linebacker
yeah,
guy.
him.
Yeah.
Come on, Malik Williams versus Baycott. Come on, man. Mayock versus
Are we going back to Mike Mayock again?
No. That the 4-man for Carolina?
I just said that the other day. I don't
No, Mayock, however you say his name. What's the 4-man for Duke?
See,
Versus
now,
Paolo. See what I'm saying?
See, now we're making your point.
So y'all, exactly. So what y'all hang on to is that right there. You know what I mean? Come on, man.
No, that doesn't make his point.
It does make my
doesn't
point.
even
It does
close
make my
to it,
point.
because it's the name on the front of the jersey. You're talking about like, oh well, Kobe
I'm talking about
versus.
but they are in the
No.
Lakers history. You
No.
bring Lakers, man.
No.
I'm hot at you. Nope. That's what I'm saying.
Tennessee Tim
I
says.
don't think I've ever vehemently disagreed
And
with
I
you
love it.
more
And I
than
love
I
it.
am right now.
And I love it.
Vehemently.
I love it. I love it.
What did I say?
Vehemently.
Vehement.
I'm
that's what I said.
You said
Vietnamally.
Anomaly.
You know what I mean?
Tennessee Tim says UT Gators in any sport.
I take that
CJ
too.
News says Dawn is right this time.
Whoa!
I'm saying that, man. Listen, man. Look who's saying
Hit
it.
it, honk.
Point, Dawn.
Oh
man.
You don't get the point for dancing,
listen.
man.
That is
And listen to
right
my
in the
theme song.
Well, let's get some phone calls in here. 615-737-1045. Somebody asked if they were watching First Take. No.
No, you're not. You watching 3HL.
Drew next up. Drew, what's up?
Hey guys, yo,
Hi,
can you
Drew.
hear me well?
What's up, Drew?
Okay, I want to talk about Vandy and Tennessee baseball.
Ooh, let's get it.
First of all, Tennessee is doing wonderful right now. They got a great coach. They got a great program.
they built themselves up. Corbin said 2 years ago that Tony really has good stuff going on in Knoxville. However,
I feel a butt.
The rankings don't make a bit of difference. It's for fans to obsess about and blah 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 about. But here's the reality: Vandy won the national championship in 2014, and you know what their winning percentage was for the year?
What?
It was .567.
Yeah, they bowed out early in the SEC tournament, and the question back then was, did that actually help them? Because I've talked to Tim Corbin about this. We all have. That rejuvenated them, and that gave them a fresh restart, and so maybe that impacted them well.
And Corbin took a team that got swept. They got swept again. They lost 2 out of 3. They lost midweek games to no names. You know what? But he just kept. He preaches. Stay in the moment, work on your skills. He creates an environment where they just get better and better and better. So who knows at this point? Now, Tennessee they got a chance to win it all, but so does every other team in baseball right now.
Yeah, we weren't
totally
talking
agree.
about that. We were just talking about this weekend. We weren't talking about the whole thing.
Baseball is the most difficult game of all the sports because one bad bounce or one good bounce. One bad pitch, one good pitch. One bad throw, one good. And that could change a game totally.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just arguing. This weekend, a fantastic series is going to go on in Vanderbilt, I suspect. And you know what? The parking garage overlooks the field. You can go watch it for free, whoever you are.
You just got to get into the garage.
Tennessee fans, come on. I love Tennessee. Matter of fact, my best friend in high school, and I went to UT, and he played. He was an outfielder. He batted .411 for his career and .464 his junior year, and was drafted first round.
Hey,
baseball, pro baseball being what it is, they cut him 23 days before his pension qualified.
Yeah, they do. They pull stuff.
Let me ask you this, but isn't I understand that? So I would think that this maybe came from my rant about the matchup with Tennessee and Vandy and them coming in number 1. But isn't this great? Isn't this
awesome?
Okay, yeah. So that's why I'm coming. Listen, I know. Hey man, it's one game. It's early in the season. I'm just saying the hype around it.
We're gonna have fun with this.
Yeah, this is what we want. Yeah, this is what we want right here.
If you're a sports fan in Middle Tennessee and you don't go over there,
there you go. There you go.
Get tickets. What are you paying attention to? This is going to be a great series, I expect. And the fans on both sides really hate each other. And hey, I'm an oddball. I love them both.
Yeah, that is kind of strange. Thank you, Drew. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. 615 737-1045. By the way, tornado watch has just been issued for counties in Middle Tennessee until 1 a.m.
Golly. Hey, man, everybody get low.
We should get the all clear before then, but
okay, cool.
Headed this way.
Be careful, man. If you can go and get home, go and get home.
We got 24
Make sure you don't have no jeans on like I had yesterday.
Chuck in Clarksville. Chuck, what's up? How are you?
Hey, guys. I got an interesting thing for Miss Dawn on her team, Duke. And you all three are too young to remember this, but I'm just barely old enough to remember it. In 1966, had Duke beaten Kentucky in the semifinals of the NCAA tournament, they would have been the all-white team that played Texas Western for that title. So that could have really changed the complexion of who's the most hated team, because I think Kentucky gets drug into that a lot about that 1966 game. It would have been Duke because the ACC and the SEC both were non-black players at that time.
Mm-hmm. Right. Pat Riley might not have felt so bad in his life.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't really the story, though. 615-737-1045. Matt in Nashville says Slay is wrong. Matt.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I was just going to call because I think Slay is totally wrong.
Thank you.
He needs to listen to Dawn, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because Dawn was right, and you two guys were against her on Julio Jones, and she hit it right on the nose. When she was first you Titans were first looking at him,
Mm-hmm.
and she said that he's getting old, could be hurt. You guys were all in on the Kool-Aid, and she was.
Very true. We'll give Dawn props.
Yeah.
So I've been
Babs,
right
you
twice.
get your prop.
I mean, we say a lot of things, but yes, credit to Dawn on that one.
Yeah.
So we were talking to Oakley about that.
I don't want to be right on that.
Yeah.
I want to be right.
We were talking to Oakley about that. He's like,
Yeah.
man, what about Julio? And I was like, yeah, soft tissue, older dudes. And he was like, yeah.
Getcha, man.
Yep.
Alex, next up on 380. Alex, what's up?
Hey, Don. Hey, listen, just for argument's sake, went to Auburn, and you know how the people in Alabama feel about each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's about 60-40. There is no comparison to Duke, North Carolina, to Auburn, Alabama.
Mm.
Plus, football is much more followed by the general public than basketball.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
So you're
football's
talking
king.
about
Especially in this part of the world.
football is king.
Yep.
So if you want to talk about the most hated rival or the biggest rival, I mean, just to go off on a tangent, Michigan, Ohio State would probably be up there.
Mm.
But Auburn, Alabama, even when they're bad, Auburn, Alabama is on prime time.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
Right. In
Even
the
when
game.
Auburn's bad.
Yep.
And there's a portion of North Carolina that's a Wake Forest fan, that's an NC State fan. Even though it's not as much, we're in Alabama, it's just Alabama and Auburn. They may like UAB, they may like Troy, but it's Alabama and
So it seems like y'all helping my argument. So it's kind of like 1-1, Dawn, Ron.
No, that plays zero into your argument because your teams that you say is the biggest
Lakers
rival,
versus-
that
I
does
said
not
more
even
than
exist.
this one. Yes, it does. Lakers versus Celtics.
No.
It always exists.
No.
You know what y'all got to watch?
Maybe used
no,
to
no. Still does. Y'all know what y'all got to watch? Y'all got to go watch the Lakers dynasty. With Magic Johnson and Jerry.
I haven't
Buss.
started that. I can't wait to watch
Go
it.
watch that.
Winning time?
Yeah, winning time.
That's
is
what I'm
good,
saying.
yeah.
Like the Lakers, Celtics in the 80s, I'm all in.
See, you got to quit saying in the 80s you all in because we're not going back to the 80s. We're in the 2020s now.
Well, that's where
and
you're
it's
losing.
still all in.
In
No,
the
man.
2020s.
Man.
That's when it used to be a rival.
When
We need
Oakley
to go-
retired, that's when it was done.
Man, do you see the way Garnett and them still talk to this day?
No. They don't care.
You're not watching the Babs. That's why.
They don't care.
I did
Yes, they do.
I did like that era with Garnett and them. I did like that. I did.
I'm sorry, but there is no
Telling
way.
y'all, man.
There's no way in hell ever when we played Alabama that it wasn't 100%, 180,000% of effort in that game. There was never we really want to win, but you know what? I'm going to not play defense
Right
tonight.
there in that state. You are exactly right. But for Lakers versus Celtics, it was coast to coast. That's where the difference lies. You don't just have the people in Alabama caring about it. Like Hunk said, you don't just have the people in North Carolina caring about the Duke and whatever it might be. You got the coast and the coast. That's what it is. Lakers, like it's serious. Y'all, come on, y'all. Y'all got to see this.
I feel like
y'all got to see this.
Rivalries.
It ain't just about
in
the people in
NBA
Boston.
Don't exist
It ain't just
anymore.
about the people in LA. That wasn't it. It's flooded throughout the country. Y'all, you see, like I went through the country.
Waved his magic wand.
I'm telling you,
You
man.
took Route 66?
Yeah.
All right, more 3HL when we come back. We'll try to solve this. 615-737-1045 at 3HL1045. Interesting Will Smith news from the Associated Press. That's next 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What up, people? You know what it is. This is me, Ron Slade. And listen, Music City Autoplex is the place to be when you want to get a whip, a car, whatever vehicle is, something to ride in. People, I'm telling you right now, 2430 Gallatin Pike North is where you go. MusicCityAutoplex.com is where you go as far as the handheld device or on your laptop. What you better know is they've done it again. Last year, Music City Autoplex doubled their business. Now they're using this momentum to invest back into the business and their customers. Music City Autoplex is expanding. That's right. They're not only expanding their inventory, but also expanding their showroom and service facilities. What does this mean for you? More inventory choices at market low prices, more access to great financing options, and expanded customer service experience. Music City Autoplex already has more pre-owned inventory than any independent dealer in Middle Tennessee. That's why, people, it can be very simple for you. Music City Autoplex is a one-stop shop. All the inventory selection and financing options, the same stuff I went through, you can go through. You be Big Slay. Go get you a car.
3HL 1045 The Zone. Dane Crookshank headed to Chicago.
Oh.
Your O wasn't as good as the first time.
Yeah.
My mic wasn't on.
Well, all righty.
Tight end killer he turned into the back end of that season.
Yeah, that's right.
Nash Severe WX rain for a few hours, then the estimated time of arrival of the main storm threat 9 to 10 p.m.
Okay, a little bit later, just in time to, once you get the kids in bed, freak you out and make you go wake them up and go to a safe spot.
That's why I'm sure a lot of people handle it the same way. I'm the guy that stays up in the house and let everybody else sleep. And then when it gets to go time, that's when I'll get people up and in the right spot.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all give me up.
Which the scary part about
y'all text me too.
Yeah, because I'll be
and it's a disaster at our house. You got kids and 4 dogs all cuddled in a room.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
They write, our tornado watch also includes much of Middle Tennessee and Alabama. Probabilities of damaging winds, tornadoes, and hail for the entire area including us. And then they put out, crap, I can't read that. Like chance of 2 tornadoes is like 30%. Chance of 1 tornado with this storm. At least 1 tornado is like 50%. So there are tornado warnings all up and down the line of storms. So just, again, head on a swivel. What'd you say? Stay low?
Yeah, got to stay low. Get low.
Oh, here it is. Probability of 2 or more tornadoes in this huge area is 70%. That does not.
I do not like that percentage.
Well, but it's a wide range.
Okay. Like how wide? Like
I mean, it's from Louisiana to Chicago. Like Dane Crookshank's up there with it.
If it was a tight end, he'd lock it down.
He'd lock it down.
That's right.
I want Dane Crookshank at my house. Can he do tornadoes too?
Does he do tornadoes?
What is the
Will Smith news?
Yep.
The Associated Press just put this out. Will Smith was asked to leave Sunday's Oscars after hitting Chris Rock, but refused. According to the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts, and Sciences, the Academy's Board of Governors met Wednesday to initiate disciplinary proceedings against Smith.
Yes, it ain't fake. To all the people that thought it was scripted.
The truthers.
leave.
Yeah.
I just kind of wish they'd have done just like DJ Jazzy Jeff used to do in Fresh Prince, and they just threw him out like you just threw him out in the yard. That's what I wanted to see.
Again, man, the internet's undefeated, and it will find stuff. And the internet found a clip of Will Smith on with Arsenio Hall on the Arsenio Hall show, and he went at the bass player in Arsenio's band and said, he's got to wax that head every morning. That's part of his, and he went on this joke about the guy being bald.
Yeah.
And the crowd, I just showed it to you during the break.
Yep.
And the crowd was like, oh. And he goes, what? Them's just jokes.
It's the follow-up that made it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what all comedians are saying. Those were just jokes. And again, like that one fell flat for sure. But when you say 10 million jokes over the course of your career,
it's guaranteed.
Sometimes you're going to
screw up while you're pushing the edge.
And I guarantee he will not apologize for that. Because that's what he's paid to do.
What did Chris Rock's brother say when he was interviewed about it?
Oh, it's on.
No, he said he's still rich.
But he said he's still rich.
Yeah, he's still rich. Yeah. And he on tour. Man. And they said all the shows, his upcoming shows sold out, and I think the prices went up on it.
By the way, a couple of Hollywood things. This is an awful story. Bruce Willis stepping away from acting. Did you guys see this? He's going to focus on his health. His family announced that he has been diagnosed with aphasia, which I had to look up. I don't know what aphasia is.
I had no clue what it was. I had to look it up too.
It's the loss of ability to understand or express speech.
Wow.
It's caused by brain damage. So Bruce Willis stepping away. That's awful news, man. And then another thing that was flying around the internet today, and I also put it out there, the Top Gun trailer came out. I shared it on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, at Brent Doherty, you'll want to see it. It's awesome.
Dizzope.
Yeah, it's out May 27th. Our buddy Christopher Martell, who we have on from time to time talking about the Predators, he's covered the Predators forever. He reached out to me after I put that out to say that he's never seen Top Gun.
Oh, come on.
How dare you?
Serious?
Martell, you know better than that.
Wow. When every single person on the show is like, what? That's terrible. You know it's bad.
Come on now, dog.
Because you got some non-movie people in this room.
Brent played the trailer during the pre-show, and I was getting hyped just watching that.
No, that's serious. I'll be watching it in 4D for sure.
Also like the way that Aaron Rodgers' best friend has the mustache. I like that because he's playing Goose's son.
Aaron Rodgers' best friend?
Yeah.
Who was his best friend?
His buddy that he goes home into the water with his girlfriend and stuff.
Oh.
It's an actor, right?
Yeah, it's an actor, but he's
that.
rocking the mustache because he's playing Goose's son in there, and so he had the same mustache that Goose
I
had
saw him
the
in
first
there.
time.
Well, I don't know nobody. I just know movies.
Well, Martell said, I've still never seen Top Gun, to which I wrote, you need to see it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like today.
Now's
I said
the
today.
time.
Yeah.
I said today.
Yeah.
You need to see it today. And he said, I've never had any interest to watch it, to be honest. I may check it out, but rewatching Fringe has been taking over lately, LOL.
Oh, my.
And he said, I love Tom Cruise movies, but I've never had a desire to watch Top Gun. I'll attempt it this evening. And then he said, are we talking A Few Good Men good? Because that, Mission Impossible, and Edge of Tomorrow are like my benchmarks for good cruise movies. And I said, instead, when I get in a conversation with you on Twitter, at some point I'm going to try to end it. So I just said, look, man, it's one of the best films ever made. Watch it.
Listen, man.
End of conversation.
This movie was single-handedly the reason why people went into the Air Force. There was an increase in people trying to go just because of Top Gun.
Yep.
If you don't listen,
Take my breath away.
There's so many iconic parts in that movie, man.
Guess who's in that film? Meg Ryan. Did you know that?
So,
Yeah.
Coming at you tomorrow, Greg Cosell. We'll continue our draft study with him. Also, Big Savagery.
Savagery!
It's already Thursday. Can you believe that?
It's right here.
And Tracy Wolfson with CBS Sports. She's been all over the NCAA tournament. In fact, she interviewed Coach K when they won in the Elite Eight to go to the Final Four.
She's so good at her
She
job.
is great. All that coming up tomorrow. Thanks for listening, and we appreciate y'all. Hey, head on swivel tonight. Stay low. Stay low. God bless.
See ya.